Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Toby. Welcome to the podcast. If you're a new listener, welcome. I'm going to give a big shout out to my day ones for the past 6 years, my subscribers, my listeners. I appreciate people who talk about this podcast, who share this podcast, who support this podcast, who write reviews for this podcast. Really appreciate all your support. I've been doing this for 6 years. I've been giving it away for free. So many people ask me why I don't film it, why I don't monetize on YouTube, why don't I charge people for it on Patreon? And their answer is because I don't want to. I love these conversations in my kitchen. I love the honesty. I love that people want to come back for 2 or 3 episodes, the reoccurring guests that I have all the time. I love it. No lights, no cameras. I myself do not like going on podcasts that are being filmed and have lights. I've done it a couple times. I'll probably never do it again. I don't feel like myself in those situations. So I want all my guests to be as comfortable as possible. I do have sponsors. The sponsors keep my shit going. They keep it alive. But I will never interrupt a conversation with an ad in the middle of it. People do that all the time, and I will never interrupt the flow of a conversation. So don't worry about that. But I do have amazing sponsors who I align myself with, who the products that I use on a daily basis. I've turned down so much money for sponsors that want to be part of this podcast with companies I've never tried or didn't align with. I'm very picky about who I have on my sponsors and have on this podcast. That being said, check out the sponsors. Joe, cue up the music. Since 1987, Rockabilia has been around doing officially licensed merch. No bootlegs from all the artists that I freaking love, from pop to hip hop to rock to hardcore to punk. Over 500,000 items on this website, independently owned, operated in the USA. Custom limited collabs drop every month exclusively on this website from visual artists and tattoo artists. We have so many bands that I love and artists that I love, from Gaga to Blink, Katy Perry, Bad Brains, Beastie Boys, De La, Tribe Called Quest, 50 Cent, Billy, Deftones, Dead Kennedys, DMX, Dr. Dre, Eric B. and Rakim, Goo Goo Dolls, Hall & Oates, Wu-Tang, U2, Snoop, TSO, and Paramore. Those is to name a few of all my favorite bands that are on this website. I've owned t-shirts from all those artists throughout my life. Now I know to go here only. All officially licensed merchandise. Check out Rockabilia Instagram. Also go to rockabilia.com and use my code OLLC10 and get 10% off. That's rockabilia.com. Use my code OLLC10 and get 10% off your purchases. Thank you to Rockabilia for being our new sponsor. Welcome to OLLC fam. As we get older, we start paying attention to what we put in our bodies. I personally have been listening to my body since I was 18 when I went vegan. I've always been focused on my health. It's super important, mental and physical health. But it's really important for people who are just starting to get more healthy and trying to step up their life. Doing your homework, reading the labels, researching and verifying everything that's quality. It's part of the game these days. That's why I started drinking AG1s. I'm so proud to have them as a sponsor of my podcast. AG1 is a foundational nutrition supplement that delivers daily nutrients and gut support and is backed by multiple research studies so you can trust what you're putting into your body. We're all so busy these days, so just store a pack of AG1 in the morning into a cup of water and shake it up and drink it. I love the way it tastes. I do it every single morning. It's part of my routine. I bring the packets on tour. It's an incredible life changer for me. Many supplements only reference research from ingredients in their product, but I trust AG1 in my daily routine because it's constantly putting the formula to the test. It's backed by multiple research studies. And one of those research studies, AG1 was shown to have double the amount of healthy bacteria in the gut, which is super important because these help digestion in the immune system and the immune health. And these bacteria are known to help with digestion as well, gas and bloating, which I freaking need. And it also promotes regular bowel movements, what I can attest to. In another research study, 97% participants felt more energy after 30 days and 91% of the participants noticed that they needed less coffee after 60 days. I quit coffee like 5 months ago. I know I'm good on that. But AG1 is packed with a variety of nutrient-dense ingredients and is the perfect complement to my healthy diet. I drink it because I know it's going to work and it gives me a peace of mind covering all my nutrition bases for the day. In fact, I trust it so much, that's why I'm spreading the word about it. That's why it sponsors my podcast. Thanks to Angie Huberman for turning me on to AG1s, connecting me with them, and now they're part of my podcast. It's so easy and satisfying to start your day with AG1s. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of the vitamin D3K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your purchase at drinkag1.com/OLLC. That's drinkag1.com/OLLC. It's never been a better time to focus on your health and wellness and get back on track, man. Take control of your daily health. Health is wealth.
When you look at your day, you're like, oh, I was stressed at 3:30. Why? I was in like a gnarly meeting, so it's fun to see like when you are stressed. And notice those patterns,
Yeah, then you sleep too as well, right?
Yeah.
You get good sleep?
I'm a wizard.
Really?
Sleep.
We're recording right now too, fuck it.
I'm a sleep wizard.
Really?
Yeah.
You can sleep anywhere?
Anywhere.
On airplanes?
Anytime.
Damn.
I know. I sit my ass on the airplane and I'm out.
Before it even takes off?
Always.
Bastard. And then you sleep like 8 hours at night?
Oh, yeah. Every night.
You have a certain time you go to bed?
Like 8:30.
Really? Take me on some old people shit. I try to do that too.
I totally will go to bed at 9.
And then what time you wake up?
Like 5.
Damn, like an early bird.
Yeah, I wake up early.
And then what do you do in the morning? You have coffee in the morning?
I have coffee.
That's your ritual?
Yeah. Walk the dog. We go on like long hikes every morning and do breath work every morning.
You have sauna plunge out there?
I have.
I'm surprised you don't have that.
I have a cowboy pool, which is like cold in the winter.
That's what it's called?
Yeah, it's a cowboy pool.
Okay. Is it shaped different or something or no?
It's a circular horse trough.
Okay.
That you put water in.
Oh, wait, no. People have that. So many friends have that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's called a cowboy pool.
That's like the kind of DIY cold plunge.
Yeah, pretty much.
You put ice in there too. People do that.
Yeah, I don't do that, but it gets cold in the winter, so it gets naturally cold.
Okay, let's do an intro now. Welcome to the One Life a Chance podcast. I'm your host, Toby Morse. Today we have a very, very special guest and friend. I haven't seen in many, many years. I guess I'm going to call you your last name, Shaney Jo Darden. I never really said that before, dude. I just call you Shaney Jo. It's so weird when you have friends, like you have nicknames for friends or way you know their names. I don't know. Some people say Toby H2O. People call you by your band or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
We don't call each other full names. You don't say Toby Morse like you just said. It's weird.
Yeah, I don't call you Toby Morse or Moon is Moon and
yeah, Moon Morse.
Hi, Moon Morse.
When did we meet? You think probably the Warped Tour?
We probably met I first started doing Warped Tour in '98.
Yeah.
So that's when we met on tour.
Yeah. Warped Tour is incredible.
It's been a long time.
I know. There's so many friendships I have from the Warped Tour too.
Me too.
It's just so many bands, everything. That's just like, there's something so magical about the Warped Tour, back then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like the best, most funnest summers of my whole life.
Yeah. Just like a total community of all kinds of people. And yeah, that's kind of where you started doing your stuff too, as a Warped Tour too, right? Before that, you were like in the skateboard and all that world and that kind of industry.
And Kevin is like that and he's still like that,
Yeah.
He created the Warped Tour as a community and as a family, and he treated all of us nonprofits just like we were H2O. He treated us just like we were a band.
Yeah.
And it gave us the opportunity to make a relationship with bands. Yeah. And we had signings in our tent all the time, and the bands were always supporting us. So it was really I don't know. I always say that Kevin Lyman, people say that he breaks bands, but he also breaks a lot of nonprofits back in that time. To Write Love on Our Arms, PETA.
ARA.
Yeah, there was so many rad nonprofits back then.
Yeah, there was. You're right, man. It's crazy.
And this year it's coming back, so it's still the same.
And you're on it. It's not announced yet.
Yeah, we're on it. It's exciting.
I know. I saw the first couple bands. I was like, cool, Pennywise makes sense. These bands make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know at first if he would bring back the older bands.
Classics.
Because the tickets were really inexpensive. And so when I first talked to Kevin about it months ago, I was like, make sure I'm on the list. I need to be there first.
Oh, for the new one?
Yeah, just tell me now, and he was not giving away any, clues.
Yeah.
But it's been fun to watch the band's announcements roll out.
You said the tickets were cheap? Cheaper?
Yeah, I think it's a weekend ticket. And I think he's selling them for $150 or $175
really cheap,
for the whole weekend.
That's like a regular thing now. Yeah.
And so kind of what he was telling me was he didn't know if he had the budget for some of the bands that were bigger now.
Yeah.
But it seems like it's, I don't know, happening.
I think it's kind of cool. There's a lot of big bands.
Both ways, old and new bands.
Yeah. The When We Were Young festival too.
Yeah.
I feel like that's reignited so much in the pop punk and all that stuff too. Those kind of throwback festivals.
I love it.
I know. And punk rock bowling. There's so many cool festivals now.
Yeah.
But Warped Tour is the number one. Obviously Lollapalooza, but the Vans Warped Tour was something, I don't know, very special, man. Grueling as it was too. It was very grueling, especially with the bands. We didn't know what time we were playing until 10 or 11 in the morning every day. You had to check in and see what time you played.
And we would have like 14-day streaks of like shows every day.
And the heat all day, dude.
I had to be out there early, every morning, set up my tent. I was always set up next to Alternative Press with Aaron, because me and Aaron were always like, let's be next to each other so we can support each other all
that's cool.
day.
Yeah, it's important.
Yeah, you have to. And then we were out all day and doing our thing. But it was so amazing to be able to reach young people face to face.
Yeah.
Thousands, literally thousands every day for 30 some days in a row, and talk to them about breast health, early detection, all that kind of stuff, because there was no other place to have those conversations with that group of teenagers.
Yeah, and that's something, when I did my research about it, that's what I realized too, that's how important Keep It Breast was for the younger generation, and the younger kids. It wasn't just, not older people or adults, but just that generation of kids who could experience that, Yeah. And so I feel like, Warped Tour is a good vessel for that, and just like face to face, right? Being out there,
100%,
talking to everybody all day, and just
all day.
Because not many kids really thinking about it or talking about that.
Not really.
You know what I mean?
Not really. A lot of kids would just come up to us and be like, "What is this?" Like, they knew us from I Love Boobies.
That's what I was going to say. The bracelets.
I Love Boobies became huge and famous,
totally
back then. And so they knew us from that, but then they would get to know us a little bit deeper. Or a lot of times the kids would come back to us year after year and tell us like, oh, they took our education materials back to their mom.
Yeah.
And their mom found a lump and got help. And it was like
crazy,
because they are having conversations within a family that weren't happening before because of a bracelet that says I love boobies.
Yeah. So the initial thing is when you saw the bracelets, people are like, oh yeah, I like boobies too, if you're a dude or whatever. Then you realize what it's actually about. It was really smart branding. But also I read that story about those two girls that were wearing the bracelets and they got suspended from school, and they started this whole campaign. They took it to court and just everything, the ACLU and all that. 2011, I think a judge granted in their favor, right? That's crazy. So that's so punk to me.
It was
like they're only 12 and 13-year-old girls too wearing them, right?
Yeah, it was back when that was in like 2012 or something.
Yeah, 2012, yeah.
And the bracelets were all over everywhere, and kids were constantly getting suspended from school. Bracelets were getting taken away. Teachers would literally cut them off their wrists and throw them in the trash.
Damn.
There was so much drama over the word boobies. Like we were constantly on the news, like boobies in school. It's like, what is going on? Like I never thought people would be offended by that word. And then these two girls were like, hell no. It was actually breast cancer day at their school. They were wearing our bracelets. The principal was a breast cancer survivor.
Wow.
And they were like, we're not taking them off. Sorry. And they got suspended. They got bullied a lot after the fact. And they ended up, the ACLU took on their case, and they ended up fighting their school for their right to wear a little bracelet.
That's insane.
Yeah, they won. And then the school appealed, and it went all the way to the Supreme Court of America.
You were getting details on the whole thing when it was going down and stuff? Like you in the mix, kind of?
Yeah, I had to go to court in Pennsylvania and testify.
You were summoned to court for this? As the creator? No way, dude.
It was wild. It was a wild time.
Now I think it's different with the word boobie and stuff like that, especially with social media and stuff. I'm sure like boobie's like the last shocking thing. I don't know. Is it more?
It's different because like now the whole like Y2K style is back. So like about 2 years ago, we started selling I Love Boobies bracelets again in a big way. So like they're back now. They're sold in every single Zoomies across the country.
It's cool.
My web store is like cranking every day. So it's this amazing resurgence that I would have never planned, never expected. And even when we first started selling back in Zoomies, they were just taking belts from my warehouse like that have been sitting there for like 10 years. They're like, yeah, we'll take it. We want it.
Wow.
So random.
I wonder what that is. Is it like a throwback kind of thing? Or
super throwback.
Just wearing wristbands alone, or just because of the boobies? Who knows?
It's both. It's like kind of what we were talking a little bit about earlier, is it has this nostalgic value.
Yeah, there you go.
It's super nostalgic. So, and that style is new for like this younger generation.
Yeah.
So for the ones that are like 25 and older, they know us and it's nostalgic. For the new generation, it's new and it's like, what is this? So for us, it's an opportunity to reach this new generation that we didn't know we were going to have that opportunity.
It's so crazy, man.
It's crazy.
It's crazy to wear boobies is like shocking and like, it's kind of, it's so punk that kids would get in trouble for. I don't know. It's kind of weird about it. I don't know.
I know, but
it's
this
rebellious.
time I was scared because I was like, oh shit, are we going to go through that
again
drama again?
Yeah.
So when we started selling it again, I started preparing like all of my documents, everything I needed for like the fight. And then I was like, oh, the world has changed. People aren't offended by the word boobies anymore.
No, there's way more offensive things.
There's
now.
so much more offended by like drag queens and books and like trans kids. And they're so much more offended by other shit now that they're not worried about the word boobies anymore.
People showing their boobies on social media. I mean, it's like
constantly. It wasn't like that before.
No, it's so. It's kind of crazy. Back then it was kind of shocking, right? Wow, man.
It was shocking.
But now you're 25 years, right? Keep abreast.
It's our 25th anniversary.
That's crazy, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What a journey, man.
It's super emotional.
Yeah. And this has been your full-time thing for 25 years?
It's been my full-time thing probably for like 15 years.
15 years, yeah.
Because I worked, I worked in action sports industry.
Yeah, so before that.
I was a clothing designer for a long time, and I kept my career going for a long time, and till the point where I could kind of focus. I don't know. It was a big switch to just start focusing on Keep Abreast from working as a clothing designer.
Yeah. Such a long, it's a long journey, man.
Yeah.
It's a hustle too. It's like it's ups and downs and everything.
It's just like being in a punk band.
Yeah, is it? It probably is.
It's just like, I have my 10x10. I go to festivals.
Yeah.
We hustle to sell merch.
I know.
Like we hustle to get the word out about what we're doing. And that's why like when I started Keep Abreast, I didn't know anything about a nonprofit organization, but I knew how to be a skateboard company. Mm-hmm. I knew how to like do events. So I was like, well, I'm just doing this the only way I know how, which is like skateboard punk rock style.
Yep. DIY, art shows, everything.
Everything.
I think that's where it kind of started too. You had like your first thing. Was it you and Mona? Mona. You started doing the art and the fashion events, all that stuff, right? The street art, the fine arts, the graphic, everything.
Everything.
Action sports, gallery events, everything. Super DIY.
Yeah, like we started, Mona and I
Mona. I know Mona is.
Mona. You know Mona.
Mona.
Me and Mona became friends. She's moved to San Diego from Germany. I grew up in San Diego. She's German. And we both worked at the same like cafe back in the day. And then she was working at Trans World snowboarding. Yeah. And I was working in the industry, and we were just like, let's throw a party. We liked having parties, so we're like, let's throw a party during ASR because all of our friends will be in town. So we kind of came up with this thing of like art, film, fashion, and music. Yeah. Bringing all of that together under one roof that was action sports related. Because kind of at that time there was like Alleged in New York, like Aaron Rose was doing that, and Marcia was doing New Image in LA, but no one was really doing it in that sort of action sports realm. Yeah. So it was just really, let's have all of our friends have a big show. And that was our first introduction to Warped Tour because Kevin Lyman had read an article about Modart. It was called Modart.
Modart, that's right. Yeah.
And he like called my phone number was somehow in this like Trans World business. Like,
nice. Your LinkedIn before LinkedIn. Yeah.
Before LinkedIn. And then, Kevin invited us on tour. And so the first couple of years of Warped Tour, we did Modart. It was before Keep Abreast. Okay. So we were just showing art. We basically had this big art show that we would set up and tear down every day, showing kids like skateboard art.
It's crazy. Did you go to college too?
I went to fashion school.
Okay.
I went to FIDM in LA.
Oh, wow. Okay. So that was your whole thing, like in high school, that's really into fashion and stuff?
I was always into fashion. My mom taught me how to sew, so I was like always making my own clothes, buying stuff at the thrift, like redoing it into something different. And I just always knew from a young age I wanted to be a clothing designer. Yeah. Were you into skateboarding too? Always. I mean, I grew up in San Diego.
I know. Did you start skating too at a young age? Were you skateboarding or surfing or?
I would skate, but just like push around, you know, like
I was doing tricks and stuff.
Yeah, I wasn't doing tricks and stuff, but I was a fan. you know, like super fangirl. So I had a little brother. I have a little brother. And, you know, we were always into the same stuff, you know, watching like Bones Brigade videos, all the skate videos, like went to all the skate contests, like back in the day in Orange County.
Awesome.
All the vert contests, like would after school, like watch all the skaters like in the school parking lot. And just like, yeah, I loved everything about skateboarding.
Super fan.
When I was a kid, super fan. We'd go to the Del Mar Skate Ranch. Like my mom would just drop us off there.
That's
I
cool.
would just sit there all day on the little like benches and just
watch all the skater boys.
Watch skating. It was be like Tony Hawk and Kevin Staub and like it was just a special time.
Yeah.
All the times are special times.
Your mom a tight growing up? Tight family?
Yeah, we were like, my parents got divorced when I was 10.
Okay.
And they worked full time. So we've always been like, I mean, I don't know. I guess I would say that we were a tight family because I always felt supported by my family. But both my parents work full time. You know, me and my brother walked to school by ourselves when we were
independent
like
at a young age.
7.
Yeah.
You know, like we didn't have, I feel I'd never had parental guidance really in any way. You know, after school, we were home alone. Like, you know, we cooked our own food all the time.
Yeah.
You know, me and my brother took care of each other.
Kind of growing up fast.
Yeah. I made way too many adult decisions from a young age.
You did?
That's for sure. Way too many, because I didn't have parents making decisions for me.
Yeah, but you had a roof over your head and they loved you and they supported you, but they weren't around so much.
Exactly. Like we had health insurance, you know, like I had Guess jeans. Like I was so hyped on my Guess jeans.
Guess jeans too.
You know, like loved it so much.
How were you in school? You like a popular kid?
Yeah, I guess I was a popular kid in school. I was a painter. I was always into painting and art and like obviously like community efforts, you know?
Yeah.
So I would like go to all the school events and like take photos and make like scrapbooks of all of our events.
Damn.
And I just wanted to do anything that didn't have to do with academic classes.
Okay. Art stuff, all the creative stuff. And
anything I can do that was like art, creative, painting. They're like, oh, we want a mural for this. I'll do it. Oh, like we're going to SeaWorld to paint there. Let me do it, you know?
Yeah.
And I worked. Like I started working so young. So as soon as I could you would get like work experience classes. So as soon as I had a car and I could leave school at noon, I would be like, okay, I'm going to work. Bye.
Damn. She was focused, man.
So focused.
He was ready to get out of the school and just get out of that. Yeah. And he had good grades too, though?
Not really. They were just normal B's, C's. I don't know. I don't think I ever got A's, but I was just like, look, I just knew what I wanted to do. Yeah. Which was just design clothes, you know?
No sports.
No sports. Never.
Damn. It's like skater boys and surfing and art and all that stuff.
Exactly. Beach, skating.
After school programs and stuff like that?
Art.
Yeah.
No, just life, just being a creative kid.
Yeah. What about partying? You partying as a young kid?
Oh man, like growing up in San Diego, we're close to Tijuana.
Okay. Oh yeah.
So in Tijuana, you can drink.
At what age?
Like it doesn't matter. They don't check.
Okay.
So like on Wednesdays was like college night. So like we would me and all my girlfriends, like it's amazing we're even alive, would just drive down there all in one car and just like party on a Wednesday.
Wild.
Yeah.
How old are you then when you're doing that?
Like 17.
Dang.
In high school. So
just going over the border,
we would drive over the border, park in the High Life parking lot, and go to like Papa's and Beer and the House and like all those clubs and just like drink tequila shots and like dance our asses off all night long.
It was sketchy, probably some areas, I'm sure back then, dude.
Oh my God. It had to have been sketchy, but we're just like, la, 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 we don't even know.
You weren't even stressing it or worry about it.
We're in my Guess jeans. I got my perm going.
Oh my God.
My hair is high and so is my spirit.
Just think about that back then. It's crazy. A whole bunch of young girls going over there.
Yeah.
And the border crossing was easy, all that stuff?
Every week, drive over, drive back.
Damn.
Ridiculous.
That was your thing. So kind of just drinking and partying, kind of nothing crazy.
I mean,
Smoking pot.
I never really smoked that much pot, but definitely got into like right when I was graduating high school, class of 90.
Oh, shit.
Like raving, was the thing.
Really? Going to raves?
Oh my God. I was raving all the time.
No way, dude.
All the raving, taking all the ecstasy you could possibly ever take.
No way.
So.
Wearing Guess jeans to raves, though. You changed it up by then, maybe.
No, I made costumes, actually.
Okay.
I made
That's cool.
like really cool dresses and things for me and all my friends.
You're doing acid, you're doing everything.
Oh, yeah.
Shrooms.
Everything.
Wow. That's crazy. I wonder why raves is just something you get into, I guess. Yeah. It was all the rage back then. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just super fun. There was always this like element of like.
You love dancing and partying.
Love dancing and partying all night long and just being with friends.
Yeah.
And it was such a creative scene, at that time. And there was so many fun brands coming out of the scene at that time. It was just different. And yeah, it was fun.
That's crazy, man.
And you didn't have to be 21, so you could just do these weird warehouse or out in the middle of some field in the desert situation.
You're doing a lot of things before you're 21.
Oh, so many.
Yes, things you have to wait till you're 21 to do these things.
No, not when you grow up in San Diego.
So then when you graduate, you go into school, right?
Straight to school, straight to fashion school.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm getting this done. I want to start working like in my career. So
what do you just majoring in fashion? Like, what is like your goals there?
Just majoring in fashion. I was like, I knew.
Got it. Keep going.
That's right. Yeah. So like I knew in order to be a fashion designer that I had to develop technical skills that I didn't have. So I had to learn pattern making. I had to learn like drafting. I had to learn different things that were technical about actually apparel production, apparel design, all those kind of things. Like I knew creatively I could do it, but then I learned actual like draping, on the dress form and how to create certain shapes and things like that. So yeah, I went to fashion school for 2 years and started working like when I was in school for, a pattern making company in San Diego. Yeah. And just started working in the skateboard industry after that. And it was just the funnest ever.
What was the skate place you worked for, the company?
I worked for, so many companies.
A bunch, right?
In that industry. But in San Diego, we had Foundation.
Oh, yeah, Foundation, yeah.
Which is Todd Swank's brand and still exists, Yeah. And when I met a girl in Del Mar, where I was living at the time, and she had started this brand called Poot that was under Foundation's brand. And it was the first ever girls skate brand.
That's cool.
Poot. And so that was one of my first jobs while I was like still in college, and I would make the patterns for the hot pants and sew all the samples. So I started working with her and we had like the most fun ever. And I met so many like friends during that San Diego Foundation time of my life. And yeah, I worked for other brands like at that time, Andy Howell.
I remember Andy Howell.
Andy? He had a brand called Girly Things.
Okay.
So
that's cool.
And he was doing that brand called Zero Sophisto, but he had another brand after that, like at the same time called Girly Things. So I did like girls stuff for him.
Awesome.
And then worked with like Chris Miller, had Planet Earth at the time.
Wow.
So like
I love Chris Miller.
I worked at Planet Earth doing Rhythm. They had a brand called Rhythm at the time with Jose Gomez, and then the Planet Earth brand. And when I first started working there, it was like Mirko worked there, Sal worked there, all like
Sal Barbier?
Sal Masekela.
Sal Masekela. Wow.
Yeah, that's
shout out to Sal. That's my dude. Yeah, that's awesome.
Sal worked there in sales.
That's cool.
So
I did not know that.
Yeah, I worked at
Timmy came a long way too. Wow.
Oh man, that was like such a fun time, and I didn't even have a desk. Like I had to bring my own desk from home.
Really? What?
They're like, wait, I'm coming to work for like days after days, just sitting wherever. I was like, can I get a desk? And they're like, no.
What?
So I brought my own from home.
That is amazing.
It was so funny, but yeah, I worked for like Planet Earth, audio, like later on.
The shoes, right?
Yeah, the shoes. Yeah. I worked at Baker Skateboards.
Baker?
Yeah.
Wow.
I worked with Jay Strickland. I worked at DC Shoes for a long time.
Dude. You in the mix.
Where else? I went to Etnies and I launched Altamont. So,
wow.
Yeah, you were talking about Eric earlier.
I
did
Eric Ellington.
all the denim. Mostly denim was my thing. So I did all the denim at DC, all the denim at Altamont, Etnies, America, Baker.
America too. He had shoes.
I did all the Baker denim. So yeah, I worked in that industry for a long time.
You must have loved it because you love the skateboarding culture and now you're in it.
Exactly. I love the culture. I love everything about like the creativity of skateboarding, like the punk independent attitude of it. It was just like who I was, and I got to contribute like my skills as a designer to that community and just be a part of something I like really loved and was a super fan.
Crazy, man. So that was all up until like 99 or something almost, right?
That was like my whole 20s.
All your 20s, yeah.
Basically. And into my like mid 30s, I would say, because I started working at DC when I was like, I think just around 30. I was like, I should really get a real job.
With benefits I
worked so many just like freelance for a lot of the different brands. And I was like, I'm 30. Like I need
stability.
Benefits,
insurance, all that stuff.
I need to make some actual real money. But I knew Damon Way forever.
Oh, wow.
And I was living in New York, actually. And then I moved back and I was like, Damon, do you have any jobs at DC for me?
What were you doing in New York? How'd you end up in New York?
Oh, it's a bit of a story, but I moved there for a guy.
I knew it was going to be. I knew it was going to be for love. I just thought about that.
I moved there for love, stayed a few years.
How long did love last? How many years were you there?
Just a couple.
Okay.
But
that's nice.
It was right in the beginning, like around 2000 when I started Keep Abreast.
Yeah.
And so it was such a rad time to be there because I always wanted to move to New York and be a fashion designer.
I was living there too, though. I lived there to 2001, right?
Oh, then we were there at the same time.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I had a friend who was working at Tommy.
Okay.
So when I lived in New York, I worked for Tommy Hilfiger.
Jeez, dude.
Which was a crazy experience, like coming from skateboarding.
Oh, yeah.
They were like, oh, what? You worked in... Like, they just thought I was so cool because California skateboard culture to Tommy Hilfiger was like, oh, yeah, you can have a job. And
that's cool.
It was fun. But at the same time, it was like the second year of Keep Abreast. And so I did Keep Abreast there 2 years in a row. The first year was at a boutique. My boyfriend had a boutique in Nolita called Inhumane Shop.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever went there.
I don't know.
It was like after it was gone, the Paul Frank store was there.
Okay, I remember that.
So that little corner. We had a really cool show, but I got to meet all the New York artists. So like I got to meet all the guys from A-Life.
Oh, wow.
And, like,
sick.
That's where I first met Retta, and like we became best friends. So
Giovanni Retta.
It was, shout out Retta, love you.
Supreme people back then, maybe.
Yeah, and all like Tony and Jess, and like then the next year we had a show at 555 Soul on Lafayette.
I remember those. Remember those sock hats they used to make? All that shit back then.
Oh my gosh. So having like that experience working in New York, like professionally, but then producing art exhibitions there, getting that whole like street, like East Coast, like Lady Pink, a lot of the kind of New York graffiti artists involved in what we were doing.
Yeah.
We had Futura do a cast, like so many sick artists were a part of it that were from all over.
Where in New York do you live? In the city or Brooklyn or something?
I lived in like East Williamsburg is what it was called.
Back then.
But it was scary. I was scared.
Yeah, now it's different.
I was scared. Like coming from SoCal, I was like,
oh yeah, culture.
What is this neighborhood? I can't get a vegetable to save my life.
Oh yeah.
The grocery stores were like, oh, so
bodegas
scared.
And shit.
Like there was one grocery store where I lived, and it was like the vegetables and the fruit were like moldy.
Oh man,
I couldn't even deal. I was like,
and then the winter too.
So
did you like the winter?
It was rough for me.
You're a Cali girl, me. Yeah,
so.
That's a nice experience, though.
Oh my God, I loved it because now I fell in love with the city, and I can go to New York and not feel like a scared tourist.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of know where I'm going and have fun and have friends there.
This is a cool part of like your journey and your resume too. Like I know you worked at Tommy Hilfiger. That's crazy, man. Yeah.
It was fun.
It's a whole different dynamic of. It's insane. It was a huge brand, yeah.
Huge brand.
But I love that they respected where you came from too in the skate culture too.
Yeah, it was fun.
That's crazy, man. I didn't realize you lived in New York. Wow.
Yeah, I love that time of my life. And it was a dream. Like when I was in 6th grade, I did this dance in the talent show where I like painted my background and I like sang that song, like, if you can make it there, you'll make it anywhere. You know, New York, New
Sinatra.
York. And so it's like I had that dream since I was little to like
that's crazy.
Make it in New York. And like I did it.
You made it through New York. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
Damn. Things we do for love, huh?
I know. Gosh, so many stupid things.
But you're working in the skate world when you start Keep Abreast, though, too, right?
Yeah.
Because it was inspired by a friend of yours who was diagnosed with cancer, right? Your friend Margaret, correct?
Exactly.
And so that kind of like sparked everything.
Yeah.
The awareness of it and everything.
It sparked the awareness of it because at that time...
Was she younger too?
She was just in her like early 30s.
Oh, that's young. Yeah.
And I was like 27, I think, at the time we started Keep Abreast. But we were already doing like the art shows and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so it was just like... how did this happen? And it was obviously shocking. But at that time, we didn't have GoFundMe.
No.
We didn't have all the things that were like available to people now to raise funds when a tragedy hits.
It's so much different now.
Anyway, you know, back then you had to actually get off your ass, like go to Kinko's, make a flyer.
Oh, yeah.
You know, pass it out. Like you had to really tell people face to face to come to your things, you know? So since I knew how to produce art shows, I was like, well, let's just do that. But instead of asking all the artists to like donate a painting, I was like, I'm going to cast boobs. So I was like,
was that had done before? Art stuff like that before?
Like charity shows and stuff?
Yeah, like that. No, casting.
Not the boobs.
That's what I was going to say. I think you originated that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was inspired by Frida Kahlo.
Okay.
And so there's these like old images of Frida in bed painting her cast.
Okay.
Because she had a broken spinal column.
Got you.
And she was in an accident. And so I was like, how could we like do an art show, but how do we make it about breast cancer? And so I was like, let's make these casts, let's figure out how to do it.
Crazy, man.
Called the artists, like, I'm going to send you some boobs in the mail. They're like, what? It's like, I'm sending you some boobs in the mail.
Okay.
Paint them, send them back to me. And it was just this one-time thing to help one person.
Yeah. It just kind of went crazy.
Yeah, and we're still here 25 years later.
It's crazy. So when did you start doing like actual friends of yours breasts for art and them letting you cast them?
Yeah, like
it's a weird question to
moment.
ask people. Were they weird about it? Were they cool about it? Everybody's supportive about it?
Everyone's cool because it just is like, it's just me.
It's a great cause though, too.
It's me asking.
Totally.
You know, it's not like you asking.
No, that's some dude like asking, yeah.
It's me asking.
But you've done so many different people, right?
Oh my God, thousands.
Thousands.
I really am very familiar with the female breast.
Who was like the first person you did?
Mona.
Okay, Mona, yeah.
And we still have that one.
And they probably did yourself at one point?
Yeah, I've casted myself. Me and Mona have casted each other many, many, many times to figure out kind of the process of making this piece of art.
Yeah. And then was like your first celebrities you started working with doing that?
Oh gosh, the first like famous people were like surfer girls.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So in the beginning of Keep Abreast, we started working with the brand Roxy.
Yeah.
And Roxy just like loved what we were doing. But also at that time, a lot of the girls had women in their families who were going through breast cancer. Okay. So like Lisa Anderson, pro surfer, Cassia Metter, Megan Abubo, like all that whole crew from back then were like, yeah. So I casted so many surfer boobs back in the day, and casting so many women, it's so amazing to just see like their body types.
Yeah.
Like surfers have muscles here.
That's interesting.
That other women don't have.
Yeah.
You know, and
or bodybuilding women, all that.
Yeah, like bodies are just so.
Well, you've seen every shape
different.
and size. Holy shit!
Every shape, every size. Like I've casted a lot of women in like the burlesque community. Okay. A lot of snowboarders, Olympians, like some musicians, like Pink. You know.
Oh, you did Pink. That's right.
Pink and Katy Perry.
You did Katy Perry?
Yeah.
Wow.
And so. You know, there's definitely, it's my favorite thing to do.
Well, Katy Perry was on the Warped Tour.
Yeah.
That's how that happened?
Remember?
That's how that happened?
Yeah.
Wow, man. Because I wonder if you could have got her later on in life with how big she is, but back then that's so sick.
Yeah, way, way, way back then.
So you on the tour that she did in the Warped Tour?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
She just approached you and said, "Would like to do it with you?" Whatever, asked her to do it?
Yeah, we asked her to do it and she was down.
That's cool, man.
It was a different time though.
Yeah, no managers, no nobody to go through, just like she was.
Yeah.
That was just her there.
I know. So
damn,
fun.
and then Pink was probably in the Warped because her man was on the Warped Tour too for a second.
We did Pink
Heart was on
actually.
there.
She was part of a show that we did in San Francisco.
Okay.
That was all skateboard related. And Pink, you know, she's skates. She has a ramp in her backyard.
And her man's
so
motocross.
We wanted her to be in that show.
I know she skated either.
Yeah, she skates that ramp.
Damn, man. So that kind of took off from there, right? Then you start like becoming official with it almost, right? Like it's just you're doing all the shows. You get like your 501c3. You know, you could become official, correct?
Yeah, I mean, I never ever intended for Keep Abreast to be a thing.
Yeah,
you know, and for
that was 2005 that became a nonprofit. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was a fashion designer.
Yeah.
You know, like that was my career. I wasn't gonna be a nonprofit like leader in global leader.
You hope to get my nonprofit too.
Yeah,
that shit's a hassle getting that. That's a mission getting that stuff too, man.
It's a mission. So
and then once you get it, you had to stick with it, man.
Yeah,
it's like
tough.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's so much harder to have a nonprofit than just to have a regular business.
Yeah, it's tricky, right?
Yeah, it's tough.
So you get your status, and then it's just full on everything, right? You just become.
Yeah.
But you still have a regular job at that point? You just kind of quit everything and just focus on that?
Yeah, I have a regular job, working full time. Keep Abreast was like a side hustle.
Yeah.
It was just like my do-gooder thing.
Totally.
It was just like the thing I did on the side because it was fun and it was for my community and it was for my friends.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was it. And my jobs were always like really cool. If I needed to like go here or go there, they're like, yeah, go, you know, like no big deal. So yeah, it was really just like a do-gooder thing. And then one day, do you remember Black Market Gallery that used to be in LA?
Yeah.
It's like in Culver City. Dave Kinsey and Jana, his partner at the time, were running it, and we had shows with them. And Jana one day, like, she just pulled me aside and she's like, you know, like, do you even realize what you're doing? And I was like, oh yeah, I'm just having fun.
Just going to Tijuana.
You know, just go to TJ. No, she's like, no, like what you're doing with Keep Abreast is really different. Like no one's doing that. It's special.
Yeah, it is.
You're making a difference. She's like, you deserve to get paid for the work you do. And I was like, what? Get paid?
Yeah.
To do this? Like, she's like, yes. Like you're helping people. You deserve to get paid. And I was like, nah, like I'm a designer. Like, this isn't my job, you know?
Yeah.
And then one day the time came, I was working at Soul Tech, and I kind of just realized I was at this point in my career as a designer that there weren't jobs for me that were higher.
Yeah.
All the jobs that were above my position were taken by men.
Okay.
And like that's changed now, thank God.
Totally.
But at that time in the industry, there weren't many women. There was like one girl that had a VP of design job at Roxy, but there weren't many women that had like high VP type jobs in design.
Okay.
So I just kind of asked myself, I was like, do I really want to wait 10 years in my design career to like evolve, or do I want to just take a risk and do something else? And so I just quit one day.
Damn.
And they're like, no, dude, you can't quit. What are we going to do? Because there weren't a lot of designers at that time that knew how to do what I knew how to do.
Yeah.
You know, so they're like, why don't you just work freelance, work from home, come in, you know, once a week. So I still worked for Soul Tech.
That's cool. That's smart.
And I would just come in, you know, here and there. And, but then I ended up like getting Keep Abreast to the point where it could pay me like $30,000 a year.
Damn,
like
dude.
nothing, literally nothing, like for in the beginning. But it was like, yeah, it's worth the risk. I mean, I used to make still back then, like when I worked at Soul Tech in DC, like my salary was way more than it is now.
Yeah, for sure.
Like all those years later, but it's still like, I don't care.
Yeah, we do it because you love it though. And you're passionate about it. You know what I mean? It's way different.
I get to do what I want to do.
I know, no boss.
Yeah.
You are the boss. You're boss lady.
I'm boss lady.
So the first exhibition I think was 2000, right? With the female snowboarders and surfers too, right? And Shepherd Ferry and Ed Templeton painted something too, correct?
Yeah.
That was like the first thing you did, right?
Yeah.
Well, Keep Abreast was like officially, that was the name of the exhibition.
Yeah, that was our first
Kicked it
show.
off.
Yeah, that was in 2000. And because we already knew all the artists, like instantly we were set with like the best artists you
totally
can,
that's
have.
a sick one for the first one. Yeah. And then from there, it's just like there's so many doors opening from that. People want to be involved and help and support, right?
Yeah, I mean, we've had shows in Tokyo, in Paris, in Prague, in Korea, like Nashville, Portland, Seattle, LA, like everywhere. Like we've really been all over the whole world. And we continue to work in Mexico, and we continue to work in Africa currently. So yeah, we're doing a lot from a very small crew.
It's still very small. It got big at some point, went back and forth, right? It just goes.
Yeah.
How many people work there? How many people don't?
We got like the biggest kind of staff I had was like 20 or something at one time. And that was a lot to manage.
That's a lot.
So much.
I remember the one office you had downtown that was a sick office. I remember that.
Yeah, we were in the arts district for a long time, which I absolutely loved, being in LA, being in the arts district. I lived in Silver Lake. It was so fun. Yeah.
We were talking off the pod about this a little bit about like, it kind of goes in, what you did with this is that like the breast cancer outreach for the youth that they weren't really being talked to about that kind of stuff in school. Maybe not. When I'm talking about now, we talked earlier about kids are just watching a lot of online pornography and they don't have any sex education in school. I think there needs to be something for that too for kids now. Obviously this is what you do, but back then you thought about the youth, right? To teach them about breast cancer. And I think more kids now, need to be taught about sex education as well, because all they have is online. It's just so different, right? It's like
it's so different.
They have nobody's really teaching them anything or helping them or directing them. The parents should be doing that first and foremost. That's our jobs, to be the role models and teach our kids that stuff, which I've done. But it's still, they're all they're out there with their friends, and it's just, I don't know, different generation. But back then, nobody was talking about or doing what you were doing. It's awesome,
Yeah.
Making it kind of cool to talk about and safe to talk about it. You have this kind of crazy bracelet to wear. It's kind of shocking, but it has a message to it, and it's cool. You can wear it and spread the message and make it so young kids kind of feel it's okay to talk about it,
Yeah, and I think it's the same with like what you do being in a band, right?
Yeah.
It's like you're like historically, right? Like punk bands and your lyrics are educational, are teaching something, whether it's about, the messages that you always have with H2O, or whether it's about, political rights or racial, issues, all these things. So
Correct.
It seems like there is currently this like sort of resurgence of the punk kind of movement around the general population understanding that you're not just screaming into a microphone, that you actually truly have something to say
Absolutely.
to young people about, equality and all this bullshit that's happening with like DEI right now.
It's crazy,
like
man.
The punk community was like inclusive a long ass time ago.
Long time before there was even a word people used.
Yeah. And so with Keep Abreast, it was like, when my friend was diagnosed, when, at the beginning, my whole thing was like, okay, no one's talking to me about this. How do I teach my friends about breast health? Because no one's talking to us.
Yeah. Did you ever think about it for yourself either at that point?
No, and that was me. I was like, no one. My mom is like a hippie. Like, we couldn't have sugar in the house. Like,
wow.
We were like, we grew up like hippie,
deprived of sugar,
hippie kids.
Yeah.
So it was like, she didn't talk to me about it. So I was like, if she's not talking to me about it, then other moms aren't talking to their daughters about this stuff. Like, how do we learn about our bodies and our boobs? And so that's why we just took a different approach and like teaching people young about prevention. Because I didn't believe in a cure. Like, there's still not a cure.
Yeah.
And at that time, I was like, well, there's no cure for chickenpox. There's no cure for like a lot of things. How can I
cancer?
Put my energy into a cure? But I knew I could put my energy into like prevention, education, and just how can I make a difference in my little tiny world of action sports and art.
Art and action. Yeah.
And then it just gets bigger after that, like organically and naturally.
Yeah, then maybe these kids are like going home, like you said, with those bracelets, having conversation with their parents about it. Where'd you get that? What does it mean? And they talk about it and have conversations about it. Opens up dialect for people.
Yeah, and I think now parents like probably don't even know how to talk to their kids about a lot of things because maybe they don't even know what's going on.
It's over the top now.
They don't even know.
Well, they can just find about anything online now. It's different than we had it. So they can look up anything.
Yeah, I don't have kids and I cannot imagine. Like I have nephews, but I don't have my own children, and just like the exercise that your heart must go through having a
stress
child
levels,
is like daily heartbreak and like the most beautiful heart expansion at the same time.
True,
like
the highs
that is
and the lows.
I can't imagine that.
The highest highs and lowest lows.
Yeah.
Did you ever want to have kids?
No, I never wanted kids.
Good. I respect that.
Yeah. I always thought if I was supposed to have kids, I would, and it would just happen, but it didn't ever happen for me.
It's okay. You're happy with that. You're cool with that.
It's cool with that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Kids aren't for everybody. But yeah, it is a different world having kids in this world with social media and all that stuff. I feel like the whole world is desensitized to so many things. Just swiping all day, seeing people getting shot, people get hit by cars, people fighting, people, everything, breaking into places, politics. It's crazy cesspool.
It's crazy.
Division and negativity. It's hard, man.
And you have to maintain empathy.
Totally.
And I ask myself that question all the time because I'm in a world where people I know are dying all the time.
Yeah.
Because of breast cancer. Or my feed is full of people with stage 4 that are dying, that are going through chemo, constantly people reaching out to me. My friend was diagnosed. What do I do? This, that. And
it's heavy, man.
I get desensitized
from
that. But then at the same time, I just always recheck my empathy and like, these are real lives. These are real people. These are your friends. And like, in order for me to stay healthy, I have to remain empathetic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Are people messaging you a lot on social media, asking questions about stuff all the time?
Oh yeah. I mean,
are you checking DMs all day? You checking messages a lot on there?
Yeah, all the time from like my personal or from Keep a Breast.
It's a lot, man, to keep up with, man.
It's a lot to keep up with, but that's also like
what you do.
It's what we're here for. That's what we're here for.
Not me so much, because sometimes people hit me up. I'm like, I just sing in a punk band. Like I'm not a psychologist. I'm a dad. I'm a husband. I do the best I can. But sometimes I get crazy, dark, heavy messages, and almost all the time I respond to them. One time I responded to one. I was talking to this person for like 8 hours. I talked to them the next day. They went and got help. It was a crazy emotion. I was coming down running again. They sent me these DMs saying thank you, and they joined this mental health Facebook group chat thing, and I was like, started crying. My wife's like, it's not telling me not to answer every single message, but I get too involved in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm not perfect, and I'm not a therapist, but you know what I mean? People just hit me up all the time with all kinds of things about addiction, everything, dude. It's crazy, man.
I do.
But that's also, it's like, this is what I do. I'm a musician. I put myself out there. I know my whole family's online. Like I was speaking at schools. I have a podcast. Like I'm out there. So. But at the same time, I am a sensitive soul too, so sometimes it's hard to like digest like a lot of things, you know.
Yeah, and I'm the same.
And I feel empathy for the world.
Super sensitive, and I have to protect myself and my energy at the same time. And I remember like even at things like Warped Tour, you know, you have people coming up to you all day long, sharing their stories, sharing their story. Dude. Or if we have our booth at like a conference with survivors, or you know, we have our booth at many different places, and it's like all day long, you know. So I started getting like really sick, like. And I was realizing I was like swallowing other people's energy and swallowing other people's stories. And I started learning different skills and doing different practices of like protecting my energy in those spaces, but also like really focusing on like listening to the people, like looking them in the eyes, listening to their stories, being there for them in that moment, but letting their like visually watching their words go over my head. And like down my back. And so I would start doing like that exercise. So I wasn't absorbing their sadness or their stories or their pain like into my body, but I could still be really present for and empathetic for them at the same time. So like really when I go like in public and are doing work for Keep a Breast, I always have like different little rituals that I do for my own health.
Really? Like just some sort of like mental things? Or?
Things like that, or there's just like little techniques around like, I'll like imagine I have this like glittery, like your house. like my house? Like a pink glitter bubble all around my body.
Wow.
Like protecting my energy, or like sometimes there's just like It's called like the zipper technique, where I'll just imagine like from my feet all the way to the top of my head, like zip up my energy to keep myself protected. And
you can do that, put yourself like a mental bubble kind of thing. Yeah.
I have to.
Wow.
I have to.
You're a pretty positive person though.
Yeah, totally.
Optimist person. Yeah.
Always been.
Your whole life.
Pretty much. Yeah. Just always like stoked on life.
Always happy.
Yeah.
We're also human too.
I mean, I'm
so
human.
You go through, I'm sure.
I get sad. I go through things, but I've never really had problems with depression or general sadness. Or
maybe the past couple of years have been a little dark though.
Yeah, I mean,
since the pandemic is a little weird mentally for me, I think all of us,
The pandemic was really hard, and post-pandemic was the first time I ever experienced like social anxiety.
Okay,
like
makes sense.
I never experienced that before in my whole life.
Yeah, you're a very social person. Your whole life is like around people. Yeah.
Yeah, and just like loving people and meeting people, and I'm like you, like I'm just super curious about all kinds of different people.
Yeah, and
I like to ask questions and all of that. So, yeah, pandemic was so hard.
Where were you during the pandemic? Were you in the
Thank God
desert?
I lived in the desert.
Okay,
I lived in
right.
Joshua Tree area
nice.
at that time. So I had.
It might have been lonely and secluded out there, no?
I had a lot of freedom because I could be outside every day.
True.
I could hike every day.
Damn.
Like I had so much freedom, and like rates and stuff were really low there. COVID was low because it's such a small area.
You're right. You're chilling.
So it was like good to be there, but also like it was a really hard time for Keep Abreast. Like I had to lay off all my staff. I was like fighting to keep Abreast alive. Like every day I was working so hard doing everything, like one person.
Online stuff, whatever.
Everything. Doing everything.
Damn. So it got really close to losing it. And
it was hard. Like, yeah, it was really tough just keeping things going. And like I was super jealous of everyone who was like baking bread and like doing like
the banana bread,
all kinds of like their Peloton at home or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
that was a rage.
All those things I was so jealous because I was just like, I'm fucking working so hard right now.
Yeah,
but we're out of that now.
Yeah, that's years ago now.
We're out of it now.
It felt like forever though. I felt like it was never going to end, man. It was so crazy. It was like 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, and it's like a year. I'm like, God, dude, this is crazy.
Right? Not
Flatten
playing
the curve.
shows.
All this. Oh my God, that was crazy too.
Yeah.
I know. I was playing our first show back in Arizona, Punk in the Park. It was so awkward. It was just so weird, man. That was such a weird time, man.
Yeah.
I was like, this is never going to end.
I know.
But we survived it, though.
We survived
Makes us stronger. I think people have some PTSD from it for sure, man.
Yeah.
For sure.
I did, but
you did.
I'm good now.
So you really were bugging out about going to crowds and stuff?
Just a little bit. Yeah.
Wow.
It just felt weird. It felt
were you scared or were you just kind of anxious? Probably anxious or?
Just felt like anxiety, like, oh, I want to go home with my dog.
Yeah. I would say that you love being home, watching everything at home, stop going to the movies, stop really going out.
Yeah.
That was the one thing with social media. Everybody's like kind of talking through their phones during that time. And no human connection. This is so weird. We need it so bad.
Yeah,
so
and my dad lived with me for a while during the pandemic.
He did?
Because he had just moved from Northern California to where I live. And like, poor thing, because I was like feeding him all this vegan food all the time. And he was so upset. He's like, give me some real food.
Did it make him something special?
But he always he ended up getting his own house. Thank God. I was like, you can't live here anymore.
Is he still out there by you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's good.
I mean, I feel like, music's so essential. Like during that whole thing, they kept naming all the things that were essential. Like, when are they going to mention music? It's at the bottom of the totem pole.
Yeah.
Because it just brings people together, but it's also very, close and personal too. So I don't know. It was a weird time, man.
Yeah.
Very strange. But you made it through that. That's scary. Yeah.
And
were you just doing online stuff and like streaming? What were you doing?
Online, a lot of
were you having sales online during the time?
Education.
A
lot of blogs.
But you can't make money from blogs, can you?
No. I mean.
Yeah, you can't.
No, but I was trying to we
tap into your savings, all that stuff.
Yeah, we make most of our funding, Keep Abreast, from brand partnerships.
Yeah.
So same as you, we work with this. Not this, but we'll work with a company that wants to make a pink water bottle and give that money, to Keep Abreast. And it's our way of raising funds, but also reaching new audiences, you know? So, and because of my background in skateboarding, I've always done the sickest collaborations with so many cool brands. Like this year we have a rad collaboration coming out with Etnies. So that's
sick.
gonna be cool because the Cali Cut is back.
Yeah. All the big baggies, everything, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, so we
Janko
always
jeans.
have like sick collaborations, but in the beginning of the pandemic, everyone was buying stuff.
They
so we were doing good then, but then it kind of...
Once the pandemic became longer and longer, I think people were trying to hold on to their money maybe.
Exactly.
Is there a dream collab for you? You haven't done yet?
Is there a dream collab? I don't even know. I always wanted to do something with Gwen Stefani's brand, Lamb.
Oh, yeah, Lamb. That's right.
But I don't think Lamb is around anymore.
Nah.
I wanted her to do like a sick, like diamond I Love Boobies bracelet.
Ooh, yeah.
Like Lamb diamond one.
That's sick.
But this kid, Desmond, he's like, where is he? I think he's in Austin. Desmond Diamond Jeweler.
Oh, yeah, I might have heard that, yeah.
He's just, he makes all these like sick girls for everyone.
Yeah.
And he just made this sick diamond I Love Boobies bracelet
Really?
for himself. He hit me up and he was like making it. And I was like, whoa, if you're going to make this, you need to do it like legit. Like, don't try to make it cheesy.
Yeah.
So I like sent him all of our like logo files and everything. And
he made it for himself?
He made it for himself.
That's
because
cool,
he was
man.
like a fan. He's
That's
like, I
sick.
still wear all your bracelets. I still buy them all in Zoomies, but I'm making a diamond one. He's like, I'll make you one, but it's like $1,500 cost or something like that. I don't remember what he said. But I was like, I don't have that much money. So
Dude, that's cool. He made that.
yeah, it's sick.
Damn. Yeah, Lamb collab would have been sick too.
Lamb collab would have been so good. Yeah.
No doubt performed last night. I watched him on that Fire. It was incredible.
Wow.
Because I got to go see him at Coachella for their first show back. Were you at that one?
No,
It was
but like
amazing, man.
I've seen, growing up in SoCal, I saw No Doubt play so many times.
Of course. It's nice to see them
So
all
many
together out there
times.
playing.
So special.
And it was great. They're all
So-
rocking their plaid and their
I love
half
it.
tank top and jumping around. And
So emo for that.
I know.
So emo for that. I love it.
You have the Check Yourself Keep Your Breast app, right?
Yeah.
Has that been around for a while now?
The app has been around for a long time.
Yeah.
We've had several iterations of it over the years.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like we wanted to be on the cutting edge of technology.
Yeah.
So we're always trying to reach people in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
How can we reach people with education and information that other people aren't?
Yeah.
So using technology, using social media, using things that like Susan G. Komen, American Cancer Society, like all these other big organizations aren't doing.
Yeah.
Like they're not at Warped Tour, they're
Mhm.
not at like the surfing events. So that's where we make a difference, is because we show up in places that you wouldn't expect to find an organization like ours,
The
and
Crazy Punk Show or something, yeah.
yeah, and the
I love
app is
that.
like free. It gives access to people, which is huge for us because all over, even especially in our own country, people don't have access
Yeah.
to education, to
It's true.
information, to healthcare. So it's really free access to education and healthcare for anyone, anywhere. And like when we look at the map, it's crazy. There's people in like tiny little countries all over the world that are using this app.
Really?
Yeah, it's
That's
nuts.
cool. We can trace it and track it. Of course
You can
yeah.
see, sometimes we'll see spikes in like India or like people in Pakistan or like
Wow.
South America, like places where you just wouldn't imagine people would be using this type of a thing, but they
Yeah.
find out about it. And, we work with a lot of NGOs and hospitals in Mexico.
Okay.
So they promote it a lot for us because it's in Spanish. So it's in Spanish, English, and French.
Was there like one place in the world where breast cancer, there's a lot of people with breast cancer? Is it like that in different areas or just all different?
It's all different, but it's changing. Like the U.S. has definitely high breast cancer rates,
Okay.
comparatively. Historically, like Asian countries have really low
Okay.
breast cancer rates, but it's because their diet. Like
Totally, man.
historically, they eat fresh,
Oh, yeah.
clean, high omega, veggies, grains. So they
So true.
eat clean food. But in recent, years, Asian countries have become more westernized, so their rates are going
Damn, yeah.
up.
So diet's a big part of it, obviously. It's a big part of everything, man.
Yeah, food. I mean, you and I are on the same tip
We are.
on that. Your family has participated in our Plastic Silks Challenge
Oh, that's right.
a long time ago.
It's a long time. Yeah.
So, we're all about the environmental links to causing cancer.
Totally, man.
Teaching people how to reduce their risk, from their diet,
Yeah.
from their exercise, all those kinds of things make a huge difference in risk reduction.
It was crazy during the pandemic. when you went to the grocery store, everything was pretty much gone except for the vegetables. I noticed that a lot in places. I was like, dude, people are missing the point right now.
Yeah.
It was so crazy, man.
It's like, I'll take it. Give me all the veggies.
It's just crazy. Like you can reverse so much with the plant-based diet. I have a friend who just got a bunch of tests done. He was pre-diabetic, and he just changed his diet for like maybe 5 weeks, and everything's totally back to normal.
Wow.
It's and just like I watched him do the whole process.
I love hearing that.
Yeah, it's just true. Like you can watch what you eat, man.
Yeah.
Especially now, they just banned like the red dyes or something like that in America.
Yeah.
This is so much crazy stuff that we eat in America that's banned in Europe.
Yeah. I mean, in the beauty industry, it's the same thing. Beauty products, skin products, everything. It's like everything you put on your skin, there's so many.
It's so scary. I don't know what to trust anymore.
Yeah, it's hard. And all of our food is like fake and GMO'd, and our soil is depleted. And so where are we getting like real nutrition?
And then people think global warming is not real. There's all kinds of crazy.
Oh my God, I know.
It's a whole other stuff. But I'm just saying, it's just like people, it's just, I think it's like, just people it's just like convenience for people, all of these things,
Convenience. It's hard for people.
Financial, everything, yeah.
Getting by these days is hard.
It is. But it's cheap to buy beans and rice, which is a pure protein.
Exactly.
You could buy kale, quinoa. I have that shit all the time. Tofu's cheap. It's got high protein.
Same.
I'm so basic on, that's how I eat pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm not into the fake meats, which I appreciate them being in there. I love that they're there for people who are trying to try veganism and stuff like that. It's cool they exist, but
and it's like fun to have, like a soy riso or something.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
But people always say vegan food's so expensive is my point, but it's not, dude.
It's not. It's way cheaper for sure.
It is.
We have this awesome chef in the high desert called Ethical Cornucopia.
Wow.
And they deliver vegan food every week. Like, so
Really?
they have this like meal program subscription.
Yeah.
And so for like $100, which is not a lot of money, you
For the
get
month?
for 1 week.
Okay.
You get like 3 main dishes, 3 soups, 3 salads.
Oh, that's great.
And a dessert.
That's great.
So for me, it's like
Send me that.
it's enough for me to eat the whole week.
Yeah.
Unless I like go out or something. But
That's like 2 meals in LA at a vegan restaurant, though.
I know.
It is. It really is. Or one restaurant.
If you're going out, but cooking at home. But I'm so glad that I have this resource to get like healthy food, because we don't have options for a lot of, like, we don't have any vegan restaurants in the desert.
You love cooking? You cook a lot?
I don't cook a lot.
Me either.
Yeah. I like to cook, but I don't cook a lot.
I know, me either.
I'll cook like a big soup and eat that all week.
I want to get like a meal plan too. That's a cool thing you're doing. I want to check that out.
Yeah.
I need to be a better cook and step it up in my house as a father and a husband and cook more in this house. We're always eating out way too much, man.
Yeah, I mean, I live by myself, so it's...
Yeah, you're chilling. Yeah.
I'm chilling.
You and your dogs.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to the food. Yeah, the food and the health and the vitamins and getting checked. All the exercise, drinking water, just water alone. People don't drink enough water. Just taking walks is so good for you. Yeah. I love taking walks now. I love it, man.
Taking walks, like 30 minutes of exercise, like 3 times a week will reduce your risk of developing cancer.
Yeah.
And that's easy. Everybody can walk 30 minutes 3 times a week. There's so many things like reducing.
Unless you physically can't walk because there's something wrong. I get that, but
unless you physically can't.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. And you could do like exercise bands or something.
Which I'm sure those people know that too. Like people are being
but
strong.
Like alcohol, the types of nutrition, all of those things is like really increases your risk of cancer.
Are you sober?
No.
Okay. She's like, no, hell no.
Nope. Had a margarita last night.
That's okay. That's okay. Respect. That's your thing, just alcohol?
No, I mean,
Are you doing some weird shit in the desert now? You doing like what's that stuff called? Like not the mushrooms.
Mushroom psilocybin.
Yeah, no, is that it? No.
Ayahuasca.
Yeah,
DMT. All those things.
Yeah, you did ayahuasca?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's some desert people stuff.
No, I've never done ayahuasca. Probably like.
I heard it's good for you. I heard people do it.
I've always wanted to. Yeah. I might like do that this year in Peru or something. Like I want to do
you have
it.
Planned out already.
I want to do it, but I don't want to go like just do it with some like Joshua Tree hipster.
Yeah.
I want to go to like the source of like the energy medicine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to do it with somebody you trust or somebody that's around that you know. You know what I mean? Like
exactly. But yeah, I microdose, which helps a lot.
Okay.
With just like general anxiety, stress, work, being a nice person.
You already are a nice person.
I am a nice person, but sometimes I'm edgy or sometimes I'm short with people.
Yeah.
Like family members, people that...
Oh, I'm always short with family members.
People that I work with, like I don't ever want to be like short or bitchy with people. So sometimes,
I hear you.
Microdosing helps with that.
Sometimes it's hard not to be short with family members. Sometimes it's just hard because they're family members.
It's just hard.
It's just hard.
Family,
it's just different than like other types of people. I don't know.
Yeah, family drama is not easy.
I want to talk about men breast cancer awareness because that is a thing. Like I know somebody that's been through that. I don't know his name and I wouldn't say his name, but a friend through the punk rock scene.
Oh wow.
Who went through it too, and he talked to me about it a long time ago. But men get it as well.
Yeah,
like,
men can get breast cancer. It's rare.
It's super rare. I was going to ask you how rare it is. Yeah.
It's like 1 in every 2,000 men.
Wow. Okay.
That's not that rare.
Yeah.
But it's pretty rare. I mean, with women, it's 1 in 8.
That's
so
crazy,
it's like most women are, like
so crazy, man.
It's crazy. And
has it gotten like that? It's gotten worse since you've been involved in?
It's not getting.
It's always been 1 in 8?
It's been 1 in 8 for a long time.
Okay.
And it's not really getting better.
Okay.
Like early detection is getting better because of education and because of the work that we do.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of like pharmaceutical Western medicine drama in my opinion.
I'm sure.
In that situation. But yeah, I mean, men have breast tissue.
Yeah.
So you can still get breast cancer. I have someone on my board of directors who's a man who had breast cancer.
Okay.
And I've met several men over the years who have had breast cancer. So
is it just as bad for men as it is for women? Or is it different?
It's different because it's usually like women have more there. So a tumor in a woman will sometimes get bigger without us noticing it.
Gotcha.
Where with like a male breast, you're going to notice something.
Yeah.
Because you don't have, as much tissue as we have.
Yeah.
So like you're over there like rubbing your boobs.
I am. I'm just checking.
We're both sitting here at Toby's kitchen table rubbing our boobs now.
You're good. You probably check yourself way more than me.
But
I do have like that. How men have like the little bumps in there. You know what I mean? Like that's normal. Like the little.
Like everyone has like lumps and bumps, but if you feel the whole thing about like our messaging is knowing your body and knowing what's normal for you.
Yeah.
So if you feel something in your chest that you didn't feel before, you always just want to get it checked out.
Yeah, but the thing about it is like, if I never really checked my chest, it could have been there the whole time and didn't just show up. I would never know that because I think women check it more. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not really touching my chest all the time.
You're not?
Until just now, I'm just checking it.
What about like in the shower, or don't you put like lotion on your chest?
Not kind of whatever. I'm not really deep in my chest like that.
You don't think about it.
But you know what I mean, though. I feel women are more conscious of that for sure. You know what I mean?
We're more conscious, and a lot of the time, it's like we talk to so many young men, and we have a lot of men, obviously, that are part of Keep a Breast that have wives in their families, or that have daughters or sisters. But a lot of times it's a partner, male or female, that will find the lump in their partner's breast. So you could be touching Moon's boobs more than Moon is touching her own boobs.
That's a good point.
So it's important to also educate men about how to check boobs and to pay attention. Like, it's not just this like sexual intimate moment, obviously, but it's like pay attention to the boobs. And if you feel, a lot of times you might feel something there that she didn't know was there.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It happens all the time.
They have like a weird foreplay move. Like, let me just check these out real quick and just make sure you're okay.
Yeah, totally. Just be like, babe, Shaney
it's that time of month.
You're
gonna check yourself.
Yeah, and there's actually a right time. The right time to check your breasts is like a week after your menstrual cycle.
Okay. Well, not me, but my wife, yes.
Yes.
I also like
You totally have your period. I know you do.
I probably do. My Chest, My Choice. I like that campaign. That was cool. I saw that on your website too. Yeah.
Yeah. That was our campaign that we launched last October.
Yeah.
And obviously it was right before the election. And
oh, man.
It was such a noisy time, right? And October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And so I was like, how do we break through the noise in October, right before election season? How do we continue to do what we do at the time of the year where we have the most eyes on us?
Yeah.
So we wanted to talk about, women's rights in general, us having, rights of our own bodies, our own decisions about what we do with our own bodies, and breast health is related to the whole body.
Absolutely.
It's not like you can't pick and choose which parts of the women's body that we have rights to.
Exactly.
And the whole abortion issue, it's like, okay, like the government can't decide about my body in this one area of my body. It's like, it's my whole body.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Women are whole people.
Totally.
You can't make decisions on certain parts of our body.
That's crazy, man.
So yeah, My Chest, My Choice was our way to be a part of that conversation without being political, because as a 501c3, we're not allowed.
Really?
Yeah.
You can't be political?
Nope.
Is that for every 501c3?
Yeah.
So there's no such thing as a political nonprofit?
There is, but they're different. They're not 501c3s.
Ah, I didn't know that. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fun fact.
Damn. Also, you did the Give Back grant too for like women of color and stuff like that, cancer survivors.
Yeah,
that was
been
nice too.
Super amazing program. We've done it for 5 years now. We've given away like more than $600,000.
Jeez, wow.
We've given away a lot of money.
Wow.
For this program, and it started in Nashville. I did an exhibition there in 2020. You remember Sarah Bear from Warped Tour?
Yeah.
Sarah Bear and I did this exhibition together with all women of Nashville. And
that's cool.
Kind of at that time was when everything was like going with Black Lives Matter.
Yep.
And we were looking at ourselves as an organization and asking ourselves, well, what are we doing? You know, how can we do better? How do we have certain policies or things that we need to change and look at to be, you know, better people? Do we need to educate ourselves differently? Do we need to open, like, we always go and do and work with underserved communities, whether it's the queer community or, you know, the women of color community or men with breast cancer or just skaters or young people in general are underserved. So yeah, we started the Give Back Grant program in Nashville in 2020 just by giving away 16 $500 cash grants.
Wow.
And it was important to me just to put money in women's pockets and let them do whatever they wanted to do with it. Because there's so many grants out there that have so much red tape around them. And it's like having breast cancer is like sucks, is shitty enough. Like, I'm going to give you $500. And if you want to, you know, spend it on anything, that's up to you. If you want to go on a trip, great. If you want to invest in your own business, great. If you have medical bills to pay, great. You know, it's yours to pay. But yeah, so now it's grown and grown every year. We had a lot of support from different foundations, different brands, different people giving us money to turn around and, you know, re-gift it. And yeah, it's been really positive.
That's awesome. You know the breast aware month you're talking about?
Yeah, October.
Is that like with the pink?
Pink ribbon.
Are you part of that? Is that like a whole, like, you're so independent in punk, I feel like, and that's so big in corporate, but does that community kind of embrace you? Are you seeing like kind of the black sheep in this world, or do they accept you in that big corporate world of those? They're on every single kind of food. It's like the little bow, the pink bow, and it's everywhere. And what does that represent? Does that represent a whole bunch of huge companies that put money for breast cancer awareness, or is it like a major label? You're the independent.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Exactly. It's like the pink ribbon came out like from Estee Lauder.
Because there's some interesting things about that I've seen in some documentaries.
Yeah.
Like what all that stuff's connected to.
It's all connected to like big brands and big corporations and Susan G. Komen. And it's kind of like the mainstream thing. We like never use it. We've never once used the pink ribbon on anything because
that's the punk in you, I think. I don't know, man.
I'm not anti, but I'm also like not like I'm not doing that. You know, like I'm doing this a different way. And we are like literally like American Cancer Society, Susan G. Komen have told me to my face that they won't work with us.
Wow.
You know, so we are, you could say we were black sheeps. We are black sheeps in that world. There are lots of organizations that we do work with, like Breast Cancer Prevention Partners in San Francisco. They're all about the environmental links to causing cancer.
Yeah.
And they really fight for our rights in removing like chemicals and toxins from products. Like they are amazing. I love them. We work with Young Survival Coalition. We work with Stupid Cancer. So we do have good relationships with some more organizations that would be more mainstream than us. But
it seems like it seems maybe because your motive is helping people, and some people now it's so much money involved. It's like a money thing. So for that person to say that to your face, that's crazy to me. Second of all, since you said that, I can take out the podcast, but I saw a thing in What the Health or some of these documentaries where some of those pink, bows are on products that actually can cause cancer, like some yogurts and different things and dairy things. So it's like those things are going on products. It's like, what's the point?
It makes
Is
me
that
so
correct?
mad. Yes, it makes me so mad.
I don't want to get you in trouble.
Which is called pinkwashing, which is also came from greenwashing. So there's like Kentucky Fried Chicken will put a pink ribbon on their bucket and like literally give like 15 cents per bucket sold. Or, you know, there's pink fracking instruments. There's there's so unhealthy beauty products, foods, things that have pink ribbons on them that is like, that's why it's called pink washing, because corporations are literally profiting off a product that is linked to causing this disease.
Crazy, man.
And like in general, this disease is a money-making disease, right? Like surgeons, plastic surgeons, chemotherapy, all of these things are like make a lot of money. So they don't recommend you get a mammogram till you're after 40, but young women are being diagnosed with breast cancer. So what are they supposed to do?
Yeah.
You know, so it's like if you detect cancer early, maybe you'll have a lumpectomy. You won't necessarily have chemo. You won't necessarily have radiation, and your life expectancy is fucking fabulous. Yeah. But that doesn't cost any money.
True.
There's no drugs. There's no major surgeries.
Yeah.
You're not amputating. You're literally amputating like a part of your body.
Yeah.
Like they're not cutting off like your penis or your balls because you have prostate cancer. Totally. It's so gnarly for women. So it just is like, that's why education and that's why what Keep Your Breast does is so important, because it's going to save and prolong your life. Yeah.
It's almost like people that do stuff like so let's say Impossible Foods, and then the meat industry is totally threatened by them because they're doing something that's actually I don't know. Like you may be a threat to people, maybe. I don't know.
Oh yeah. They're like, we're not working with you.
So she said to your face pretty much.
Oh, to my face. They're like, they told me to my face.
In a nice way or no?
In a nice way, but they're basically like, we won't work with you because you promote early detection.
No way, man.
Exactly. Exactly.
What? The whole point is to like save people's lives.
Yeah, but they promote like
after you have
mammography for older women over 40.
Okay.
So it's like, let's say you're, you know, like now I'm in my 50s, so I get mammograms more regularly, but if you are not educated or you don't have access to healthcare, and if you detect breast cancer in stage 2 or 3 or 4, like you're doing this for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You're getting surgeries, you're going through treatments, you're like losing all the feeling in your body, you're getting in your chest area.
And it's not free.
You're getting hysterectomies and it's not free. And who's paying for your work and your health? Like all these things. It's just like there's so much that can be avoided with early detection.
It's crazy, man. I mean, there's so many documentaries talking about that, and like just also like the different companies that support the pharmaceuticals, that they hurt the environment, they pay each other. It's all like in cahoots.
It makes me
crazy. Like you know, to trust.
It's
so fucked. It's all money. It's just money.
Yeah, it's just
money over people's lives. It's like
and inside my like little self of like no one in my family had breast cancer. I didn't really have a reason to be in this world of this breast cancer community. Like why am I in this space in particular? Like, why did this all happen this way? I don't know. Yeah. But I just have this thing inside of me about like equity and fairness and everyone having access to their rights, to information, to education. Everyone deserves to know the truth about their health, their body, and what they're putting in their body.
Yeah. Educate yourself, and like you have the breast cancer 101 as well, and always raise awareness and how to be your own self advocate. It's so smart. Like it's crazy, man. Like the prevention is like a threat to people. It's so crazy, man. So that's probably been your whole time, like just knowing that exists in the same kind of world as yours. Like you know the reasons you're doing it for, what you've done, and then people capitalizing on it and making millions and millions of dollars off it, and you know, promoting it on things that actually cause it. It's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I feel like the whole world's fucking It's like, who do we trust, man? It's crazy.
Who do we trust? And that's why you have to like get good sources of education. And with Keep Abreast turning 25, we've become a trusted source.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm super proud of that. I'm super proud that people know we're legit, that they can trust us. Our money is being spent in the right places. You know, I'm not just like running around, you know, spending money on crazy things. Or, you know, I don't live in some mansion in Hollywood. You know, like when I moved to the desert, I bought my first house I've ever owned, you know.
I was so happy for it.
It was
awesome.
Super cheap out there, you know, like, so yeah, it's just, we're a trusted source and I'm really proud of that.
Yeah. Yeah, you're doing great things.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You bought your first house.
I know, my first house.
It's incredible, man.
Right?
Congrats. It's awesome. And it's nice out there, too.
It's so nice.
It's like you live in Hollywood or buying some house in the hills or all this shit or fucking...
No, I got a sick little house out in the desert on like a nice little...
You worked hard for that.
Yeah.
Do you have some weird kind of like punk guilt, like doing stuff like that, buying something, or do I deserve that, or like some weird thing sometimes, or?
No.
Good. Good. You deserve it.
No, I deserve nice things.
No, you do, girl.
I deserve all the things.
Deserve
all the things.
Your Guess jeans.
My Guess jeans. I've worked hard since I was 12 years old.
I know. You've had working jobs.
I've always been a person who worked.
Yeah.
Well, because also I didn't have anyone to like take care of me.
Yeah.
Or, you know, I had to take care of myself.
Yeah. but your parents were working.
Yeah, my parents worked, you know, like until I moved out. You know, I was on my own.
When did you move out? How old were you?
I was like 18.
Yeah.
Right after high school, you know.
You were gone.
Gone.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
I love it, though. You've been like focused from the beginning, you know, your journey, what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
At a young age.
Yeah, always.
And the fashion, skateboarding, everything.
Everything. And I've just always been like really open. And I think that's something that like my parents never told me what I had to do. So it also created like, okay, I can go move here or work there or be open to this opportunity or be open to that. And like just listen and follow my instinct of like where to go next, you know?
Yeah. Are you doing this Keep Abreast Valley thing, this holistic thing, wellness center?
Yeah.
You doing those? It's like Fit for Prevention.
Well, that's.
Are you hosting those things, or you used to do that?
Well, the Keep Abreast Valley is the big news.
Okay.
It's the big news.
Okay, tell me. Let's go.
So when I moved to the desert because one of my mentors donated 10 acres of land to Keep Abreast.
Oh, did not know that.
You did not know that.
When did that happen?
It happened when I moved out there, like 7 years ago.
Oh, shoot.
So I've been wanting to build like a healing center, a wellness center for a long time. Wow. And I started looking in the desert for property. And one of my friends owned a ranch out there. He actually gave me my first job in the industry, like one of my first jobs in the industry a long time ago when I was 21 years old.
Okay.
He owned a clothing company called Red Sand.
Okay.
And so I worked for him when I was young, and we always were like super good friends. And he just always supported me throughout my career and my entire life. And he had land out there that he donated to us.
Wow.
So he's like, Shaney.
What a nice human. That's incredible.
Oh my God. He's like, I love you. I support you. I support your vision. I want to help you get it started, and gave us this beautiful gift.
Dude, that's a crazy gift.
Crazy gift.
10 acres?
Who just gives you 10 acres of land?
No way. Where were you at that moment? Where were you living at that time?
I was still in LA.
Okay.
In the Arts District. I was still living in LA at the Arts District. And so
like, get me out of here. I'm downtown LA too.
I know. I'm out. And so I was living down there in the Arts District, and this happened. And his name is Jim Austin, by the way. Love you. Love you, Jim.
Jim Austin. Yes, thank you, sir.
And
sweet soul.
Legendary, iconic human. And yeah, I moved out there. I was still commuting to LA when I lived out there because I still had an office in LA and staff in LA and all of that. And started getting this project off the ground.
Wow.
Hiring an architect, starting to work with the city. And then it all got shut down with COVID.
Oh, wow. Holy shit.
So that whole project got shut down. It was sort of like,
How much did you start by then? Was there a lot going?
We had like preliminary designs done.
Damn.
We had pre-application meetings with the city of San Bernardino on like, here's what we want to do. What are the guidelines we need to follow in order to like do this? What do you think?
Yeah, it's a lot, I'm sure.
You know, so yeah, it's a lot of technical things that I've never learned before. And then now post-COVID, the project is like full on. So
Sick.
we're almost done with the design. We're working with this amazing design firm called Helio. They actually are a couple that's from LA. That one's from Tijuana, the other one's from LA, and they went to SciArc here, which is in the Arts District. So there are architects, and we're really inspired by a lot of the buildings that are down in the Valle in Guadalupe and Baja.
Wow.
And so we'll be able to host, the concept is to be able to host survivors and family members to help with their healing.
That's incredible,
So
man.
at the time of diagnosis, we'll be able to host a whole family because it's such a confusing time.
Okay.
Nobody knows what's going on. Everyone is freaked out. Everyone makes decisions too quickly during that time because they're just panicking, like rushing through this thing. So we want to get people at that time to be like, all right, mom, if it's a traditional family, like this is what's going to happen, like dad, this is what you need to do to support your family going through this situation. Like kids, here's how you can support your mom, but also here's how you can support yourself. Because a lot of what we've seen is the mental health piece for the family, for everyone, is lacking. Okay. So we can really support that, which will support the whole journey.
That's incredible, man.
And then be able to support survivors during treatment, which is just like get away from everyone, come out and just like chill, do yoga. Let's get you some good food, some energy. And then post, treatment, doing like trauma healing, deep work like that. So right now the design is almost done. We could sleep about 12 people. We'll also have a artist residence there. So we'll be hosting artists to do, because art is obviously what Keep Abreast is all about. Yeah. So we'll be hosting artists to do like healing work and art workshops and things for the community.
It's amazing, man.
Yeah. So this spring, I'm not sure when this podcast will be live, but this spring the project will become public and we'll be submitting for our permits. Okay. And then hopefully we'll be able to break ground by the end of this year.
That's incredible, man. Wow. Yeah. Good for you. That's such a great idea too, man.
It's the future of like healing.
Yeah, for sure. Especially now. It's like
for everyone, and that's the thing about like the desert is so healing. Living out there has been so healing for me personally, just being in nature every day.
The stars every night.
Every night, touching the dirt every day, like
you
walking
do grounding and stuff?
every day. Sick. I'm like out there, touching the ground, like, thank you. I love you, Mother Earth. You're the best,
It's
like
beautiful though.
Doing all that every day is like just so healthy.
You live by yourself there?
Yeah.
Is it scary at night and stuff or no?
With my dog. No, I live in a normal neighborhood. Okay. I would be probably maybe a little scared if I lived hella out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. There's a lot of properties that are big.
Totally.
But
I'd freak out, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. I live in a normal neighborhood, so
That's
feel safe.
Amazing. Yeah. I like how like wellness and all that stuff is like popular now, but I think it's just great because it's helping people, Yeah. Just like plant-based being kind of popular. I love that it's helping the animals in the environment, but like people talking about therapy now and cold plunges and saunas and people fasting, and it's so popular, but it's a great thing. It's good for people
with cancer, for people without cancer.
Totally. Yeah.
There's so many things you can do to heal your body. Yeah. Going through cancer, like traditional, treatments kill your whole everything in your body.
Your whole immune system. Yeah.
They're not only targeting the cancer, but your whole body is just completely depleted.
I know.
Plus, like surgeries, they're removing all the muscles around you, and it takes a lot to get that movement and feeling and treatment and confidence back in your own body.
I want to give a shout out to Tim Hendricks because he what he does is people who have breast cancer, he'll tattoo like nipples on them and stuff like that. I don't know if you knew he does that. He does it on. He told me all about it. He does it for a lot of people. It's pretty cool. I never even thought about that.
Yeah, I mean, over the years, I've seen so many nipple tattoos that like look like pepperoni, like from like a medical tattoo place.
Really?
People and it just looks like this horrible piece of pepperoni on like a women's
beautiful
nipple.
Oh my God.
And so whenever people ask me, and I mean, I have tattoos, so I'm like, go to a real artist. Like they know how to create a nipple. They know how to create shading, but
not like at a doctor's place. That's interesting.
Many women get like all kinds of tattoos all over their chests after surgery.
Just to cover it up.
To cover scars. But also it's like this way of taking their bodies back.
Totally.
Way of like looking beautiful.
Yeah, feeling beautiful. Yeah, confident.
Way of seeing your body in a different kind of. It's a way of telling your story. You know.
Yeah, I get that. That's kind of cool though. Yeah. Whatever works for you, whatever works for the person, right?
So beautiful.
Mentally and all that stuff to get through it.
Or if you want something like 3D realistic nipple, like, that's cool.
I think Jim Hendricks does that. Yeah, man. Shout out to Jim Hendricks for doing that for people. I think he does it for free too as well, actually.
Yeah, you should. Why not?
Damn. So you saw some crazy ones before, yeah.
Yeah, so many. And like,
so
women, they don't have feeling.
Yeah.
So they're getting to get these beautiful tattoos without the pain.
Oh, that's right. They can't feel it. That's crazy.
They can't feel it.
Damn.
Like, at least they can have that benefit.
So, I mean, they can't feel like just like on their skin or nothing there?
There, you don't have feeling.
In that whole area?
In that whole area. Forever.
Did not know that.
Forever.
Wow.
Yeah, there's now some things, some medical advances that you can, if you have access to money and doctors, you can get like sparing of certain nerves. But the surgery itself, most women have no feeling in their entire chest forever.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, like
it's crazy. Like a big ass tattoo.
With intimacy, with all kinds of things. That's just that's a whole other, I
just thought about that moving forward too. Like if you're married or just like that.
Yeah.
Wow, man. It's just no feeling what's like you're paralyzed almost there. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Mona from Keep Her Breast is a breast cancer survivor.
Mm-hmm.
And for the longest time, like, I like to hug everyone.
Totally.
And she would hug to the side.
Wow.
And
so she could feel the hug.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
She would always hug me to the side. And I was like, girl, because I just want to go in and like hug her so hard all the time.
Yeah.
But she would come in from the side. And like, I don't think I even ever said anything to her about this because I knew what was going on. But even now, still today, like so many years after, that's just how she hugs.
Yeah.
And it's just like...
It's interesting.
Yeah, things you don't realize that people have to go through.
So if people get their breast removed because of cancer, they can't get fake breasts put on over that or nothing like that?
Yeah. So they get implants. So there's many different types of surgery. Like they can create a breast from the fat in your belly.
Okay.
So when you get that surgery, they can remove the fat from your belly, make it into a breast and put it in your breast.
Wow. Okay.
Or you can get, reconstructive surgery, which is with a fake breast. They say, a lot of people are like, oh, you get a free boob job. And like survivors like, oh my God, they hate that so much. It's like, yeah, not really.
Yeah, it wasn't free. It
wasn't free. I still had to pay for it. Yeah, so you do get reconstructive surgery. A lot of times what will happen is it'll be different surgeries. So you'll first have your breasts removed. Then they put in something inside you called an expander. And they have to fill them like weekly to expand your tissue.
Wow.
So it doesn't shrink. So it's pretty painful to like keep your tissue
your
expanded.
Skin out. Yeah.
Then they'll remove the expander and then put in the, fake breast implant.
Wow.
And then sew you back up. And I mean, I've casted women all over the world and I've seen the most botched surgeries that you could ever see.
You watched a TV show Botched?
Yeah. I've seen a few episodes of it, but it's like I've seen a lot of really bad surgeries, mostly like in South America, in Mexico, and in Chile, where women don't have access.
Like bad scarring and stuff like that, or just
the shape is like completely crazy. The scar is like pinched and poking.
Oh man!
And in like crazy, just like. Were you even thoughtful at all about the process?
Yeah.
And then...
That's brutal, man.
Yeah. And then if you do have access to good doctors, good healthcare, then a lot of times, the scar will be underneath.
Totally.
Where you're not seeing it, or they have nipple sparing where they'll cut around your nipple.
Wow.
And be able to like sew your
Save the nipple.
Save the nipple. Exactly.
Wow, man.
Sew your nipple back.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And do some of the old school... breast implants cause cancer too?
Some of the
ones that explode and it's like cause recalls on them, or
there's a lot of conversation lately about breast implant disease.
Okay.
Because they leak.
Yeah.
They bust and they leak. So whether you're someone who's had breast implants just out of choice or because you had to, for your cancer, because they only last so long,
Totally.
so you have to remove them and redo them. I don't know the years of what they recommend.
Last for, yeah.
But yeah, there's
no warranty on them, yeah.
And it really affects you. Like imagine having like an infection running through your whole body that you don't even know about. And all of a sudden you're acting like a crazy lady and people are like, what the hell is wrong with you? And then you find out you have breast implant disease and you're like, take these things out.
Well, they pop or explode or something. Or,
yeah.
Oh my God. Is there any one moment or any kind of something that Keep Your Breast was a part of as like a proud moment for you during your career? Like some highlights?
Yeah, I mean, so many. There was the first thing that comes to my mind is when Sarah and I did that show in Nashville.
Yeah.
And we had this beautiful location in East Nashville. The exhibition was in an old church that was redone. And we had like 89 pieces in there. And one of the women who we casted was Fiona Prine, who is John Prine's wife. Okay. And I've always been a fan of John Prine since I was a kid because my dad always listened to John Prine.
That's awesome.
And so when I casted Fiona for the exhibition, it was a super special moment for me to cast Fiona Prine. I was like, dang, that's
really cool.
This is big. And she is such a sweet woman and so welcoming and so loving. And then right after that was when COVID hit. And then John got COVID and ended up passing away.
No way. What?
So it was this like quick kind of moment. And then when we had the exhibition, John's birthday is in October. And so she had a special gathering in my space, in my exhibition, benefiting Keep a Breast, honoring the birthday of her late husband. Wow. A year, like in the year that he passed, shortly after he had passed. And I couldn't believe that this was happening in my space with a woman that I respected so much, with
incredible
music, with a guy who I liked his music since I was a kid.
That's incredible. Wow, man.
That was a really special moment.
That's heavy too.
Super heavy and super beautiful. And like a Nashville artist painted her cast, and I'll show you a picture of it. You could find it online, but it's a anatomical looking heart, but it's painted like really modern, and like half of it is sort of dark colors and the other half is more like brighter tones.
Yeah.
And he was trying to express like what she could have been feeling at that moment, with her heart kind of exploding into like light and darkness at the same time.
Yeah.
And like that's why the breast casts are so powerful, because each one has a beautiful story. Yes. Each cast is like on someone, and that person is like impacted by, most of the time I've never met these women and they're standing naked in front of me and I'm like, plastering their boobs.
Yeah.
And it's like a unique moment. And
crazy.
So I get a chance to share something really intimate with a stranger.
Yeah.
And it's super special. And then the artists also are like, have someone else's body in front of them and they're painting it and they're like, how am I going to honor this person?
Yeah.
So there's a beautiful story with each one that gets to be told through the process. And when you see all the casts in an exhibition, you're just seeing the beauty of it all.
Yeah.
And then you're like, wait a minute, these are women. Like, wait a minute, these are different women. Wait a minute, each one is different. Like, some are bigger, some are smaller, and all of us as women have like weird things about our bodies, like we all do, not just women, but it's like, when you see your body in a different way as a work of art,
totally.
Just that is so healing.
Yeah.
So healing. I mean, I've casted so many survivors that were super shy to like take off their clothes in front of me because of their surgery or because of how they felt about their body,
Yeah.
I'm always just looking in their eyes. I'm never just like, what? Like shocked by what I see.
But they're safe with you and there's no judgment and they trust you.
Yeah, but then they get to see their body as a work of art.
Totally.
And they get to see it in a space that is a gallery or a museum or somewhere where they're being honored. They're being celebrated. And it's just so healing and so beautiful.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you paint too?
I used to paint when I was like a teenager, but I don't paint anymore.
You never painted any the breast stuff before? Nothing?
I've painted maybe 1 or 2 over the years, but no, I don't like. Yeah, I'm really into the sculptural aspect of it.
Yeah.
Like doing the sculpture on each person is like really important to me. It's super important that each sculpture is honoring that person, is making it as beautiful for them as it could be. It's also creating like a canvas for the artist.
Yeah.
And so really taking time to make each cast as perfect and beautiful as I can.
Yeah.
You know, I have like little lifting techniques and, you know, I'll do different things to shape each breast, but also like honoring the actual shape of each woman's body. Like I just casted this woman named Laura Jane, who's a musician in San Diego, and her cast is like a big girl cast.
Okay.
And I was like so excited about these ones because you get to get into all these like curves and things, you know, that you can, it's really a sculpture.
Yeah, it's a big cast.
So it was a big cast.
It's one of the biggest casts you've done?
No, not one of the biggest casts, but I did cast a woman named Candy Baby Carmelo, who is in the Guinness Book of World Records for being the biggest burlesque dancer in the world.
Oh, what? No way.
That was a fun one.
Wow.
My dream is to cast a sumo wrestler, if you know any.
Holy shit, that'd be amazing, actually.
I really want to cast a sumo.
That is incredible. You have to
And
go to Japan,
Dolly Parton.
Probably. Dolly Parton?
That would be the
sick.
ultimate cast ever in the whole world would be Dolly.
Is your bucket list?
That's a bucket list for sure.
Dolly Parton and the sumo wrestler?
Yeah. Those two.
I know you have like Keep a Breast activists too, so people can get involved and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Still?
Anyone can get involved in supporting Keep a Breast. Our program is called Cab Activists.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, do your thing. Do you do a chili cook-off every year? Have it benefit Keep a Breast. Do you want to wash cars with your friends? Have it benefit Keep a Breast. Do you want to do a concert in your own community? So it's really a way to let people raise funds for Keep a Breast in their own communities, in their own way. And we'll send them like tools, check yourself shower cards, everything they need to like make their event educational and fun. And yeah, I mean, people have had all kinds of events all across the country. It's a pretty fun program.
And it's the Treasure Chest programs?
Treasure Chest program also is one of our programs. And that's where we offer kits to survivors to do the cast in their own home.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah, because over all these years, I get so many DMs and calls all the time. Can you cast me? Can you cast me? Can you cast me? And I was like, well, you're in California. I mean, I'm in California, you're in Texas. So unless you want to like pay my flight to like go there, you know? So we created this opportunity where it has all the materials, everything you need, plus a bunch of swag from different brands that we work with in this really cute little kit. And it gives women the opportunity who are survivors or who are about to undergo a surgery, either to do a cast before their surgery, so they have this memory of their body before that, or after. It's like more of a healing type, what is my body now kind of thing. So that's a really special program that we love.
It's going to be so mentally traumatic just like to like have to cut your breast off. I can't even imagine like. It's crazy, man. You
can't even imagine. I mean, I can't even imagine. And this is what I do every day.
I know.
You know, like I would be terrified if I had to go through that situation. And I just know that like I am made like super strong and I was chosen to do this work. I mean, it's really like a higher power kind of thing for me. Spiritual work, service work. Giving my life to something that's like bigger than me and giving back. And
it's probably changed you so much, like therapeutically, just all kinds of ways.
Yeah.
Made you stronger, made you everything.
It's so special to be, I mean, like designing jeans and stuff, that was fun.
Yeah.
But also like I was contributing to like landfill. I was contributing to like toxic indigo.
Good point.
In China. You know, like so many of the rivers in China were polluted because of my dye bath.
Damn.
You know, I was like, that doesn't feel good.
That's crazy. I haven't thought about that.
And I'm an activist. Like that, I was born that way to be an activist. Like that's like the punk rock in me. So I was like, I have this cool career, but it doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
Mass consumerism, trying to get a pair of pants, you know, wholesale into the country, landed for like $12.50.
Yeah, that's right. Damn, that's crazy.
That doesn't feel good.
And the other boobies bracelets are plastic, they recycled probably.
They are biodegradable.
Sick.
They can be recycled, but it's not the best thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I was inspired by the Live Strong bracelet.
Of course, I was going to say that. Yeah.
Initially, that was the big thing.
That was
and
huge,
I was like,
dude.
Damn it! How do I get some of that money?
Yeah.
And then I was living in New York at that time, and I saw I Love New York everywhere.
Yes.
So iconic.
So iconic.
Never changed. Always the same.
Yeah.
And I was like, started to realize like people have like the same exact thing, but it's like I love basset hounds, you know.
Yeah.
I love poodles on their car, and I was like, okay, well, I love boobies.
Dude, so smart, man.
It hasn't changed. That's our like iconic brand identity. It's like legacy.
It's insane.
It's super classic, and like right now we're selling like
so many.
How
many think you sold so far?
Oh my God.
In all these years?
So many millions.
Millions.
So many millions.
That's crazy, man.
I mean, right now our relationship with Zoomies is the best. We love all of them, and we're selling like 4,000 units a month.
That's
a week. A week.
It died for a while, though. The bracelet kind of died out for a while.
Died out for a while.
Like how long? Years?
Trend was gone. Years. You know, like years. So long.
You stopped making. They weren't even on the site or nothing.
Nothing was there.
Damn.
Never didn't stop making things. Like never did that. Like that wasn't a thing. Like still all these years we always had them. We always sold them. It was always a thing, but it wasn't like it is right now. So right now is a good time for boobs.
That's a good time for.
It's a good time for boobs.
Boobs are all the rage.
Boobs are all the rage.
I also want to thank you for helping me with One Life One Chance. When I was speaking at the schools, that was really fun.
Yeah.
And get me dialed in with a nonprofit and supporting me. It was really nice. It was fun.
I had a good time.
And I wish then it went to like 2019, and the pandemic came after that.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I'd like to do it again someday. Yeah.
I
think things have changed with Zoom and all kinds of things with schools.
Yeah.
Who knows with the budgets? I don't know what anything's like anymore at schools.
I don't know. I just always believed in your mission.
Thank you.
Like your message. I liked always how you delivered it. I was always a fan, you know, like I'm a fangirl. I was always a fan of like your band. And,
thank you.
You know, getting to know like your band members on tour and becoming friends with everyone and just your work and your message, you know, I was like always all about it. And then when we were both living in LA, you know, we got to like be better friends, and I got to be a part of One Life One Chance, and you know, just helping. I like to share what I know, like my knowledge. Like
you helped a lot.
I like to share my knowledge. I'm not one of those people that's like gatekeeping about any kind of anything about
connects or info. No,
man, if I know someone, they're your friend. You know,
Same.
like I'm all about sharing the knowledge, sharing the love, everything.
We're givers.
And I like spending my time doing that kind of thing. Like if I have time on a weekend, I'm volunteering for other organizations, you know, like that's just what's fun for me. I like doing that kind of stuff. So
do you feel like sometimes people see that kind of stuff that we do and as a weakness and we get taken advantage of by people throughout our lives, or no? Because we're givers and there's a lot of takers out there.
There is, but I'm also like really tough. So
yeah, you're pretty tough.
I'm pretty tough. But because of lack of maybe knowing things about business or
being naive about it,
not knowing things along the way, you know, lack of knowledge, you know, in hindsight, maybe I feel like there's certain areas where, you know, I've had like people that have taken advantage of my kindness or like working for me and not, you know, like all kinds of things over the years. But
because we're people pleasers.
It's not them. It's me not knowing. You know, it's also me just like letting it happen, but with just the lack of experience, you know, like that's what's rad about being 52 is like I have so much experience in life.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm still making mistakes and I still do things wrong, but I have so much experience to look back on.
Yeah.
And that feels good. But working with One Life One Chance was super fun, and everyone around that community, all your friends, you know, were always super sweet and loving to me, and
it was fun.
We even got tattoos together.
We do.
I have my One Life One Chance tattoo.
I love it. I saw that. I love
you
that.
have your Keep a Rest tattoo somewhere
I
around there.
Do. Somewhere in my body,
Yeah, I love getting friendship tattoos.
Me
That's
too.
always fun.
That was fun doing that. I really had fun with the kids. It was a cool experience. I'm glad I did it. Yeah, I'd like to do it again someday.
Super positive. And I mean, you do it in some way at your shows anyways.
Totally.
And then just how you're living your life on a day-to-day basis. You know, like I follow you, you know, like all your crazy shit about like, I'm not eating sugar. I didn't drink coffee. I'm running 5 miles today. I haven't slept in 2 days.
It's true.
You know, like
I'm open book. It's true though.
You share your struggles, but it's it's like inspiring.
Thank you.
Thank you. To just how you just put it out there. But sometimes I think it's the same for you and me, as like people think that we live these sort of righteous maybe lives.
Yeah.
You know, so some people would be afraid to tell me stuff.
Yeah, me too. And I'm not going to judge. I don't give a shit. I know exactly. They're threatened by it.
Yeah.
Especially veganism, whatever it is, like sobriety, any of that stuff. Yeah. Like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, they'll be afraid to like tell me the truth.
It's so fucking true, man.
Yeah,
or I'll be with somebody, they'll be like, you know, something like, I don't really eat meat that much, but I eat it sometimes. I don't give a fuck. That stuff, like, yeah. That's why I like to post up like, yo, I'm fucking tired, or I'm going through it, or this shit sucks, or I'm not positive all the time, but also I'm a human. I go through emotions and I fuck up, and like I don't judge, and all my friends aren't straight edge and all this shit. People just think they know you because of social media, but it's a really small, teeny part of you. But I know what you're saying though. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
You feel threatened in a weird way. It's weird. Yeah.
People are like, oh, look what I'm eating. And I was like, I'm not judging you on what
like,
you're
who cares?
eating. Like, yeah, you know.
But that's their insecurities though sometimes too.
They're like, oh my God, I haven't done my mammogram in years. I'm like, okay, let's talk about it.
Yeah, it's cool.
You know, like,
I help you.
That's okay. You know?
Yeah.
Like, let's talk about those things, or all the things. I'm not judgy.
But it is interesting though.
Yeah.
Especially when they know what you're about, what you're into, and like your passions are, and then they're around you and they're like, not intimidated maybe. I don't know. They know what to say, or they just feel like, I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
I don't know. We both are the same, and we've been doing something that we're super passionate about for a long time.
For sure.
So we present in a way that is, I think, solid. You know, like we are solid and strong in what we do.
And our convictions and everything. Yeah.
And our convictions. And I'm not really wavering.
Same.
On a lot of things.
Me too.
In my life.
100%.
Not budging.
Yeah, you don't have
Hell
to.
No.
You don't have to because you have no kids or no husband.
Yeah.
I have to answer to my son and my wife, but that's fine. They're not.
No,
you know what I'm saying. But I'm saying like, yeah, like fucking.
Yeah. I don't have anyone to answer to.
Except for yourself.
Just myself.
I love that.
I have to live with myself at the end of the day. I have to be proud of who I am. You know, and like. Yeah,
you should be proud of who you are. Are you proud of who you are and all the stuff you accomplished?
Totally. I'm so stoked. You know, part of me just wants to be like a dirtbag. And like, I have this part of me inside
What does
of
that
me.
mean? What dirtbag? What do you mean dirtbag?
Part of me inside of me just wants to like, whatever, have messy hair every day.
Like, do what you want.
Just do what I want and not be like.
But you can.
Not be good all the time, you know? Like I have.
We're not perfect humans, dude.
This like.
You have a dark side.
I have a dark side. No, not really. Part of me wants to just be like a trash baby sometimes.
But you can do that on the desert. You live by yourself.
Yeah.
Unless you're on some Zooms, just comb your hair or something. You're not going to public events and shit like that, really?
No. I mean, I do. We have a lot of events out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been having a lot of Keep Abreast events out in the desert the last few years.
Good community out there for supporting it.
Raising awareness. Yeah, there's a great community out there. There's so many artists out there. There's cool musicians. There's cool artists. There's cool people. It's really actually diverse.
That's awesome.
In recent years, we've had more young people moving there. You know, post-COVID.
Yeah, I'm sure.
More young people moving there. More queer people moving there. Yeah. We have like cool drag shows now. Like,
sick.
You wouldn't imagine that kind of thing would happen out there, but it's become it always has been. I've always loved that area, but it's a special place.
Yeah, were you going through the desert when you were a kid and stuff like that?
My grandparents lived out there.
Yeah, that's right. So you would drive through there and stuff,
yeah,
right?
So my grandparents lived in Palm Springs, so I spent a lot of time down in the low desert. You know? It's like, we call it the low desert and the high desert.
What's the difference?
Low desert is Palm Springs. High desert is like Joshua Tree, Yucca Valley.
Okay.
So we're a high elevation. Like we actually had snow last week.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So
that's kind of cool.
Actually, it's this week. What is it? Today's Friday. Yeah. So we had snow this week.
So it's cold out. Cool. It's really cold out there.
It's cold. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. We get seasons, and growing up in SoCal, it never got that cold.
Yeah. The summers are pretty hot out there and crazy dry.
Hot as F, like so hot. I don't know if you could say that for
you. Can say what the fuck you want. and you have crazy AC. You don't really leave your house then, huh?
Yeah, the summer's hard. You leave the house at night, you know, because the nights are fun and beautiful. So in the summertime, I do stay up past 9 o'clock.
Good, proud of you.
Got to, you know. So the summertime, you go out later, you know, see friends, see people, see shows. We have always 6 shows. Like
what's that place?
Pappy and Harriet's.
Yeah,
There's like good shows all the time. Like Kim Deal is coming soon. Super excited to see her.
I think we're playing that place with the Bouncing Souls this year.
No way.
I swear to God.
Oh my God, I'll die.
I saw it on the list. I was like, oh shit.
Die.
Okay, I'll let you know.
I love the Bouncing Souls.
Yeah, they're sick. I know.
love them so much.
Yeah, I heard the place is great. I saw Slipknot played there or something. It was like crazy shows out there.
Yeah, like everyone plays there and there's always good shows. And when it's an outdoor show, it's really nice.
Yeah, I feel like since the pandemic, so many people went to that way. High desert, low desert. Yeah.
A lot of people moved out there. Like Airbnb got crazy, but it's like everywhere, right? It's like who can afford to live anywhere these days? Like you have to be, you got to figure it out.
I'm very lucky we bought this house 20 years ago.
Oh, dude, best decision, right?
Oh my God,
best decision.
2004 we bought this shit.
I know, it's so fun.
With a friend, and then we ended up buying them out.
Yeah.
We're very lucky.
That.
Yeah, now we're in a pink house.
I love
it's
it.
Like my wife's dream house.
It's also my dream house. I mean,
is it?
If I could paint my house pink, I guess I could.
Why couldn't you? Why wouldn't you out there?
Why couldn't I? Why wouldn't I? I should.
Talked about sobriety. Therapy. You believe in therapy too?
Oh yeah.
I think we talked about that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've had therapy throughout your life?
I've never had like traditional therapy.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I would like to actually try.
I just tried it. Yeah.
But I've always been more into that like spiritual type of therapy.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know, like breath work is huge in my life.
Okay.
You know, I do breath work every morning at 6 a.m.
What kind is it like?
I'm a part of a group.
Okay.
And so the group, we breathe together every morning at 6 for
at
like
6
15 minutes. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Every morning at 6. It's called Our Breath Collective.
How many people are doing that at 6 in the morning?
Oh gosh, there are people all over. And usually it's like
cool.
The room is like 30 people or something. It's like on virtual. You know, it's not like I don't wake up and like go somewhere at 6 a.m.
It's like Wim Hof stuff? What is it?
It's every style.
Okay.
You know, and so like I've studied breath work myself. I've gotten certifications to be like teach myself.
That's cool.
So for me, like I've done a lot of that type of healing work, like breath work, meditation, spiritual type healing, you know, like mushroom type, you know, ceremonies, things like that. A lot of like women's groups, women's circles, non-traditional, that's really worked for me, you know?
Yeah.
And a lot of energy work. But
that's
now cool. I just feel like traditional therapy could be helpful. Like I do have some like anger in me that I don't always know how to express, you know? And so maybe sometimes I'm coming off like.
You don't seem like an angry person. That's crazy. I've never seen you be angry before.
No, but I like.
You rage sometimes at your house when you're by yourself?
No, but I just like, I got in a fight with my mom last week that sucked. And like, I was mad.
I feel like the family stuff caused the rage a little bit.
I was so mad. And sometimes I just don't know how to express my anger.
Yeah.
I feel like I never was really taught, or I think as women, it's not like safe to express our anger all the time. But
interesting.
I want to be able to express my anger in like healthy ways.
Yeah.
You know?
Our parents can really bring it out of you though.
Yeah.
My mom does too sometimes. It's crazy. Even when you're older too, it's like they still like fucking get under your skin too. It's wild. But they're your family, but still it's like.
Yeah.
Damn. I did some breath work. You know Lucas Mack?
No.
He came to my house. He's on the pod. Incredible.
Oh, rad.
He's the one who got Travis to fly again on planes.
Awesome.
And we did the breath work in my living room, and I was like shaking and crying. He was touching my body, different parts. We had like a 40-minute conversation before about my childhood, and then he pinpointed different things where I was keeping the trauma in my body. It was really intense, man. It was crazy, crazy experience, man.
But it's healing.
Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah.
And I've always liked
really
those
nice.
like direct sources to healing.
Yeah.
Like with breath work, you can unlock trauma
just by
that's
breathing.
Been stored in there.
I know.
And you can literally heal like in that instant. And it's so
true.
beautiful.
I know. We keep different parts of trauma in your body. It's interesting. You block things out.
Yeah, and that causes disease in our bodies, you know.
Yeah.
Those traumas are
it's crazy.
related to sickness, related to disease. So like healing our traumas that we all have.
Yeah.
Everyone has a childhood trauma, you know.
Absolutely.
Like, or whatever it is, even if it's like the dumbest thing. Like I still think about these girls that bullied me on the bus.
Really?
You know, like in school. And I'm just because I was like looking at them because they look cool. They were dressed cool. They looked cool, you know. They're just like, what are you staring at? And like, I'm 52 and I'm still thinking about it.
Would they fuck with you a lot all the time?
No, not a lot. Just a few times. But like, so like, it's a small thing.
Isn't that crazy? The things you remember when you're a child? Yeah.
It's a small thing, but all those things like cut little, I don't know, little holes in our energetic sphere.
It's so wild. You do yoga too, yoga?
Oh, yeah. I studied yoga too. I got my yoga teacher training.
I want to start yoga so bad. I got to do it, man. I need to do it.
I've been doing it forever.
I'm sure.
I love it so much.
You're a spiritual hippie. I love you.
Oh, yeah. I'm always like, I meditate every night, do breath work every morning.
Damn.
I like.
You watch TV?
Do all those things. Yeah. I have like Netflix.
Okay. You're not that off the grid, yeah.
I only have Netflix.
But you're watching shows and shit, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I love murder shows.
Okay, there we go.
That's my jam. Anything that's like murder, death.
They say you shouldn't watch that before you go to bed. It's really bad for you.
I love all those shows.
They're saying you shouldn't fall asleep to that, though. I saw some study recently. It's really bad for you. Maybe it's where the anger is coming from with their anxiety.
Maybe. I have really like crazy
You
dreams.
watching murder mysteries and crime fucking shit.
I like that stuff.
Yeah. Maybe that's what it is.
I hate comedies. I hate rom-coms.
What?
No, I cannot.
You hate laughter?
I cannot stand a rom-com.
Really?
It's so cheesy.
So are you not like a hopeless romantic or anything like that?
I mean, I am. Like, I fall in love fast, but...
Fall in love hard, yeah.
Hard, yeah. But when I'm done. I'm like...
You were never married, though, huh?
I'm like, bye.
Never married?
Never married.
Damn.
Never married.
Are you on the dating apps right now? Are you single on the dating apps for all the listeners?
I've tried the dating apps a lot of times, but like in the high desert, the selection is like, there's not a lot of teeth.
You have to go to the low desert then?
I don't know. There's no teeth. Like it's
There's
really rough.
Oh,
you're
my
like
God.
swiping and it's sad.
No way, dude.
Yeah. It's like
you can't find some handsome dudes out there?
I don't know. I've tried.
You went high and low looking for... You need to get somebody to come out. Yeah.
I tried. I need to like import.
You have to import somebody out there, man.
Import a handsome gentleman.
Stick somebody from LA in an Uber out there or something. So you're not on the apps no more.
I mean, no, not currently. I go on and off, and then like I'll go on and I'll just get so sad about it, and it's like a time suck, you know. And you're just like going like this, and I'm just like, who? Like, what does it look like from the other side? Like,
yeah,
what does it look like? I'm like, are they just doing that to me too? Like,
yeah, they are.
You know, like swiping right by me, like energetically, it just feels so yucky.
It's so weird.
Feels
it's
so
like you're in a magazine. It's picking somebody from a magazine, like
yeah.
those brides people used to buy back in. You know what I mean? Like
I mean, do you look at other people's to see like just what it looks like? Do you ever see it?
What do you mean, like a dating app?
Yeah.
Yeah, my
yeah.
son,
You look at Max's, right?
Show me his profile pics.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. They're like,
try being 52, you know, and I'm just like, whoa.
Damn.
All the guys are holding like big fishes, or, you know, they got a big old fish, or they got their surfing photos, or, you know, if I put my location in San Diego or something.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'll try to switch my location.
You do.
You know, but it's just like, it's sad.
Damn.
It's sad.
So single at 52.
Single at 52.
In the desert.
Yeah.
Two dogs.
Yeah, it's okay being
it's
single.
Okay, yeah.
Like, I have freedom. I love my life, but, you know, I would also love to find someone rad
Yeah, there's some dude
in my
out.
life,
Yeah.
you know, that, like, love me back and, you know, spend time with, like, do fun things with.
You'd be a cool girl to be hanging out with,
go on
for
adventures,
sure.
You know.
Yeah, you're fun.
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm fun. I'm not, like, needy.
Yeah.
I have my own shit.
You might be intimidating, though, because you're so independent. You're so badass. You have your shit together. And you know what I mean? Like, you're fucking, you don't take any bullshit.
No.
That's what I'm saying. You might be,
way.
Maybe dudes, definitely younger dudes be intimidated, but maybe not some of your age or old, you know? And then it's like, do you want to date somebody in the 50s?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like.
Because sometimes, like, when you get older and you're single, people date younger, but yeah, you don't want to do that shit.
I mean, I would.
What's the youngest you date, you think? 40, 45?
Yeah, maybe 45.
That's okay.
Maybe 45. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, you see all these, like, I honestly don't even know.
Yeah.
But it would just be rad to have someone to have adventures with.
Totally.
You know, like, I have my shit together.
You're fun. You like want to do shit.
Yeah, take care of me in that sense,
yeah.
you know? But someone to take care of me in, like, an emotional way.
But you don't want some needy ass
fool
either.
No, I've had too much of that. I've had too many needy ass fools.
You just want somebody you want to hang out with, have fun with, and chill. Yeah, that's nice, dude. Yeah.
For sure. Travel.
Yeah.
You know.
It's going to happen.
Do all the things.
Putting
it out there.
I'm trying to think if I covered it with something else I want to ask you. What about music? Are you listening to new music?
Gosh, yeah. Lately I've been listening a lot to like Sierra Farrell.
Who's that?
She's so sick. She's like a young country kind of artist.
Okay.
Country folk artist. She did a song with,
so you're in the country?
I'm totally into country. I grew up on country.
Okay.
So I grew up listening to like all the country greats, Willie, Waylon, all of that.
And never stopped.
Listening to all my dad's records, so I've always been into country. My dad's from Texas.
Okay.
And rock, my dad always loved rock.
Yeah.
And he
classic
took me,
rock.
Yeah, I mean, my first concert was Bob Dylan when I was 12.
What?
At the Aztec in downtown LA.
Dude, that's incredible.
Yeah.
That was your first concert?
First concert, 12 years old. My dad always took us to music. He always took me to concerts.
Sick.
Like, he took us to like UB40 and
great.
U2 and like so many bands in the 80s, like big shows.
Yeah.
He always took us to concerts. And so he always told me, anytime you can see live music, see live music.
It's great, man.
And so even if I'm walking on the street and I see someone like playing, I stop.
That's cool.
And like listen. And I will just always go see live shows. Like living in San Diego, we had such a rad music scene.
I'm sure, yeah.
In the 90s
remember your first
and
punk
2000s.
show out there?
Like,
you ever first punk show or anything?
Oh gosh, I think like I didn't really get introduced to punk, like mostly through skateboarding.
Yeah.
Like we had the Faction.
Yeah.
Seeing like Cab's band play.
Great, classic.
At like the skate contest, I was like, yes, loved it. So anything with like punk and skateboarding, like HR and Bad Brains, and like loved all of that.
Yeah.
And then, but 80s, like I was such an 80s kid, loved that. But like my dad took me to see Johnny Cash. For my 21st birthday at the House of Blues here in LA.
You saw Cash and you saw Dylan. That's crazy, man.
And Willie Nelson. Like I've seen like all the country greats, and
that's amazing.
I just love going to shows, any show, and that's why I like love being on Warped Tour so much.
Every day was
and
music,
like
man.
Everything. Like I always find such peace in such
chaos.
Yeah. There's such a moment of just feeling so peaceful and calm.
Yeah.
In those musical chaos environments.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes in a city, like now that I'm like don't live in the city anymore, I'm like, ooh, there's too many people, there's too many noises.
Yeah.
But not when it comes to music. I just like love loud, crazy music. I love going to your shows. It's
fun, live shows.
I've been to so many of your shows over the years, and
it's just a different energy, man. The punk shows are just like something else, man. Yeah.
Something else. I love all music.
The chaos and energy and the community and the...
Lately, Sierra Farrell has been on my list a lot. And Dwight Yoakam lately.
Damn.
I saw Dwight play not that long ago.
Wow.
Here at the like Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah.
And it was the best show ever. So I've just been
holy shit.
Have all his records on rotation.
Damn. How old is that guy now?
Grandpa. Old.
Did you see the Dylan movie?
Not yet.
It's incredible, man.
I want to.
I went in there like not really knowing or caring about Dylan. I came out like a fan of Dylan because I knew every song that he performed. I was like, I don't own any Dylan records, but the story's incredible. He's incredible.
He's an activist.
Yeah, man.
That's what I love.
And the music's fucking awesome, and
yeah,
it's a really great movie. You should see that.
Okay, I can't wait.
Do you have motion picture movie theaters where you live? You got movie theaters out there?
Well,
you have to drive 20 miles?
It just reopened. It closed, pandemic, and just recently reopened, and yeah.
Damn, it's back now.
It's back now.
You been to the movie theater lately?
Not lately.
Since the pandemic, you think?
Yeah.
Holy shit, girl.
Oh no, actually I was just in Oregon and I saw the Wizard movie.
Oh, what is that?
What was it? The new movie?
Is it the musical?
Wizard of Oz musical?
Was
Wicked.
it? Wicked. Was it good?
I just saw Wicked.
I hate musicals, but I heard it's great.
I hate musicals too, but it was great. Like there were some parts that were like way too like
yeah.
Like I thought they might like modernize it.
Yeah.
But the story, like
I heard it's great.
The story is about friendship.
Okay.
It's about friendship and it's about female relationships.
Okay.
Female friendships.
So it's beautiful.
And it was really beautiful.
Okay, I might check it out, man. I keep hearing crazy things about it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's worth checking out.
So what would have been your last job you clocked into?
The last job I clocked into was Soul Tech.
Okay, yeah.
Soul Tech in
what year was that?
That was when they were in like the Mission Orange County area.
Yeah.
And they just sold that company recently to a brand in Europe.
Wow.
So Soul Tech was recently sold. But they're still, a brand. They're still doing things. We have a collab with them, as I said.
Was that in the 90s? You worked there in 2000s?
No. When was I working there? 2014, maybe.
Oh, fuck. That was not long ago. It was 11 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
No, okay, no.
No, because you've been
back farther than that.
You've been KPRS longer
than
that.
So, 15 years. So
that's pretty cool, though, man.
Yeah, maybe 2007?
Damn.
I don't know.
I'm just saying you've been doing your own thing for so long.
I've been doing my own thing for a long time.
So cool, man.
Yeah.
What a journey, man.
But I'm so grateful for my time as a clothing designer in that industry.
Yeah.
Like, all those friends are still my friends. All those artists still work with us. I still do collaborations like with that community, like it's a really special community of people.
Yeah, you did a lot in that world, man. It's crazy. I didn't realize how many places you worked at.
Yeah, and so many of those people have gone on to do so many interesting things in life. Like you were talking about Sal earlier.
Yeah.
And like,
killing it, dude.
Pro surfers becoming, owners of clothing brands and things like that, and doing health things. You had Kingman on your podcast recently.
Yeah.
Like we worked with Stance and did, socks and stuff with them. So yeah, it's fun to have those friendships. I think in that community are special because no matter where you go or where you are, like you're still supporting and working together in some way.
Yeah, man. Crazy. Do you have any regrets in your life?
None.
I can see that.
None. I mean, if I wanted to like pick apart my life and be critical of myself, so many mistakes.
Some
and
relationships?
Things,
no.
Yeah, mostly that. Mostly choices, like choices I've made that I would like. Yeah, there's definitely things if I was to pick my life apart, but that's not cool and that's not nice. And I don't want to treat myself that way. Yeah. I want to treat myself with love and kindness and I'm healthy. I'm happy. I have a good life. So no regrets because it just all those bad decisions I made, I learned lessons, hopefully, and became a better person.
Yeah, you've done a lot for people. You saved a lot of people's lives and opened people's minds to so much in this world,
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
It's awesome. I love it.
It's a beautiful life you have, my friend.
I do. I'm grateful.
Yeah, you worked hard for it, though.
Yeah.
Oh, crazy journey, man. How many people keep abreast now?
Right now, I have about 7 people.
Oh, that's great.
In the U.S. I have a team in Europe, and I have a couple people in Mexico.
Mexico?
Yep.
Crazy. I learned a lot today, too, especially about like the whole prevention thing and how that's a threat to people who are in the same community. It's interesting, man.
Yeah.
Prevention is the cure. That's what you say. I love that.
Yeah, prevention is the cure, and we focus on that, and that's where we know we can make an impact because we are a small organization. Research is super important, and there's been a lot of advances in, technology as far as performing surgeries and things like that. But research is billions of dollars.
So much,
so many billions of dollars.
Yeah.
We don't have that kind of money, I know with the funds and the resources that we have available to us, we can work in this area and make an impact.
Yeah. And as far as the 501c3 is for the listeners concerned, once you get that, you have it for life, or you have to keep redoing it after so many certain years?
We have it.
That never expires.
It doesn't expire.
Okay.
It can get taken away, if you are
don't follow the guidelines.
Following the guidelines, you can have it revoked.
Are they strict on that?
Yeah.
Because we talk about the meetings and the minutes we used to do and clock in with the minutes.
The IRS is super strict.
Okay.
We have to report every dollar.
Okay.
Every single dollar we spend is public information.
Yep.
Every dollar that I've spent on what and how.
Okay.
And every dollar we bring in, we also have to justify where this money came from, how it's being spent. We, all the things are different. And then with merchandise, it's a whole other thing because the IRS could consider, our merchandise as non-related. But for us, we're it clearly is related.
Yeah.
It has our website on it. Everything we sell has a QR code that links to downloading our app.
So smart.
Everything is intrinsically linked to the cause.
Yeah.
Yes, it says I love boobies. It also says keep a,
yeah.
It's all there. So if the IRS was ever to come after us for being you have to pay taxes on all this stuff because it's not like we're making something that says I love palm trees.
Yeah.
It's I love boobies. It's for the cause. The money directly is related to the cause.
Yeah.
So even that is so gnarly.
Yeah.
The restrictions of everything are super intense. Even when we hire, we hired the architects for this project. I have to interview 5 different firms. I have to get proposals from 5 different firms. I have to have a letter that states why I hired this one particular firm and not the other ones.
Wow.
You know, so even on like choices we make, I have to have it backed up as to why I made this choice.
That's crazy, man.
It's not just Shaney Jo out there going like, hire this person, hire that person, do this program, do this tour, let's go there, let's do this show in Tokyo. You know, it's like there has to actually, like, we get audited. We have an independent audit. So we have to do an independent audit every year that costs us like $15,000.
What?
Just to show that all of our financial documents have been audited by a third party.
Holy crap. That's crazy, dude.
Like, regular businesses don't have to do that.
15 G's a year? Wow, dude.
At least, like, minimum 15 G's a year. Plus, we have to be registered in every single state.
Okay.
To collect funds.
Oh, yeah.
You know, from like a lot of the brand collaborations we do, they sell cross state.
Okay.
So, and there's not like a simple way to just be like, click, I want to register in all 50 states. No, you have to communicate with every single state. They all have different fees.
Dude.
They all have different deadlines. Like, just getting registered in all 50 states is like $20,000.
There you go, people. That's crazy, man.
So the thing is that it's
all behind the scenes red tape stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's to protect all of you. It's to protect all of you, the people who are listening. It's to protect you, that nonprofits are doing what they say they're doing, that they are truly serving the community and not taking advantage of your donor dollars. You know, like,
because I'm seeing so much for the fire aid now. I'm wondering, like, they're all going to be nonprofits and all that stuff will be like watched and, you know, gone. You know, there's so many different links and people posting, donate here. And I'm like, which one's the right one? Does it get to the victims? Like, where does it go? And it's tricky, man.
Nowadays, people take advantage of tragedies.
Yes, they do. For sure. Yeah.
Take advantage of all kinds of different tragedies for different reasons. And they see an opportunity to like make a buck.
I know. I heard people go up to the people in the Palisades like, I'll give you $600,000 for your land, and the house is worth like $5 million or something like that.
Not even cool.
Just crazy stuff like that, and people's rents going up, and just like crazy.
It's too sad.
There's a lot of evil people in the world, man.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping we would get a lot of like LA people coming to the desert, because it's for someone from LA to buy a house out in the desert is cheap.
Yeah, maybe that'll happen. I don't know.
So maybe we'll get some people from LA coming out there for a few years here and there. Maybe while they're rebuilding.
I think people in LA have two places anyway, and a lot of people have stuff in the desert, right? Other homes.
Yeah, a lot of people from LA have houses out there too. And I'm part of the small business like community in the desert.
Yeah.
And, you know, we made an effort to like post in our like store windows that like people from LA are welcome here, because there is like kind of a vibe in the desert, like go back to LA. Like a lot of the desert people don't like LA people.
Wow.
You know? So there's like stickers on a lot of people's big trucks in the desert.
Let's tell me the pickup trucks.
That say go back to LA.
Wow.
You know, so as a small business and as a community, you know, we were really hoping to make the LA people feel welcome.
Wow, that's crazy.
Because right when that was happening, so many, like our town was packed with LA people.
Really?
Every restaurant, every store, every Airbnb. Like
a couple weeks ago,
wow, it was packed out there, and all the stores and businesses were freaking out because it was after their busy season, after the holidays, and so all the staff like had taken vacation.
So they're bringing business to the town, though, obviously.
Yeah. So all the businesses were like short staffed, but stoked to be able to like serve people from LA.
Damn, that's so weird. Go back to LA. It's like, what, you think all LA people are the same? It's so weird. People like generalization like that. Go back to LA. Half the people aren't in front of LA. We're like transplants.
It's so crazy. I mean, California, I love California. I'm from California.
Yeah.
California is my state. And I'm so grateful that I get to live here. And I'm so grateful that I was born here and grew up here and was exposed to like the life that I was exposed to as a kid, you know?
Totally.
Like I grew up in such a great California way that it's like there's so many people in California. It's like the same amount of people as in all of Canada.
Yeah. It's crazy, man.
Like California is a force.
It's fucking huge.
And, you know, we have to stick together, support each other, the whole state, like stay strong and realize like our power, especially with women's health and women's rights and humans' rights. You know, like I'm not like, saying political things out loud publicly very much.
Yeah.
But, like.
It's a crazy time.
Yeah. We have rights in California as women that other states don't have.
Correct.
And
that's scary and it's sad.
That's scary.
Yeah, man. It's a crazy time. It's such a crazy time, man.
It's a crazy time to be alive, and we got to make art. We have to love each other. We have
Absolutely.
to focus on our small communities and just know that is a ripple effect out into the world.
Yeah. I was saying beyond last night, some of the artists was saying like, not just today, but tomorrow, the next day, and the next day, next day, like, let's keep the same energy in Los Angeles, all the community and the unity and the support. It's so beautiful. Like, keep that energy, man.
I love it.
That's we should always be talking. I mean, I love my neighbors anyway. Like at this moment, like when that shit went down, I was like, nobody cares who's vaxxed. Nobody cares who you voted for. Your fucking neighbors. That's all that matters. That's the only thing that's most important.
Yeah. Nobody cares if you had an abortion.
You're a political
nobody
shit.
Cares if you're black. Whatever.
They don't give a fuck.
It's like God said, love thy neighbor. Like
exactly.
Let's just be cool.
Yeah.
Let's just be cool.
That's what's so beautiful about it. There's everything online was so toxic and like these celebrities are using their homes and then they deserve it and rich people and all this shit. It's like, dude. In real life, people from all different walks, like in Altadena and Pasadena, different communities. It wasn't just rich people. It was all kinds of people.
All kinds of people. And I learned something about Altadena, that it was like an area where like historically was a safe place for people of color.
Yeah. Did not
and
know
I
that
didn't
either.
even know that either.
Neither did I either.
Like that was so great. You know, my friend Kevin Hawken, lost his restaurant. Kevin who had Side Pie.
Yeah.
And like a lot of artists, like people I know live in Altadena, lost everything. And yeah, we have to just love each other because what else? Why else are we here?
I didn't know that community existed, man. Whole families came on stage last night at Fire talking about that community and stuff.
Yeah.
Like a whole family was on stage. There's 4 sisters all lost their houses in the same neighborhood and stuff. And just like, but people, I feel like online is so toxic, especially when it comes to stuff like this. And just in real life, off the internet, like shit's going so amazing in LA with the communities, all the benefits, so many benefit shows.
So positive.
There's so many donations. They can't even take in donations anymore. It's like, it's beautiful to see, man.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. And that just shows you that like loving and togetherness is way
humanity
better.
Exists.
It's way better.
With all the politics and all the shit going on, like when it comes down to it, like real citizens are like helping each other.
Love it.
It's beautiful, man.
Yeah, it's the way it should be. And like all the stuff online, whatever political, just separates us. And that's not.
I hate it all, dude.
I hate it all. It's not
so
the
draining.
way I want to live my life.
I know. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
What's the website? It says just keepabreastfoundation.com.
Keep-a-breast.
Oh shit, that's some old school dash.
It's so old school.
Damn, we got the .org.
Dude, we've had it for like 25 years.
Wow.
So old school, but like
.org, okay.
We're just at Keep Abreast on all our stuff. And
you check your DMs, you check the Instagrams, you do all that.
Check everything. It's super important, to be present, even though these days it's super hard. You have to like pay to be seen on all those platforms. But
oh yeah.
Yeah,
shit,
like we do our best and we're there. Like that's the whole thing is we're there for people. We're there for the community. We want to be supportive and give resources and be a resource.
You've done this shit all yourself, man. Like no help. It's just a nonprofit. It's not like a big corporation when you got investors and all that stuff, right? It's just been you.
No, just been me raising money the whole time. I mean,
crazy,
we've had, like
people in and out probably.
It's not just me, obviously I've had so much staff across the years.
Totally.
So many people coming into the organization and making a massive impact.
Donations, all that.
Making money, bringing in their communities, like one woman, beautiful girl named Melanie, worked with us for a long time, and she started this thing called Brewbies, which is a big beer festival that raised over $500,000 for us.
Brewbies, that is
because she worked in the craft beer community.
That's incredible.
So many people bring their communities to Keep Abreast, and grow our audiences through their community. So
that's
along
sick.
the way, so many musicians have been a part of Keep Abreast over the years.
Yeah,
given us space and time and love and support. So yes, I'm the driving force. Yes, I'm the face. Yes, I'm the one that's out there pushing every day.
You deal with a lot of it though.
Doing it all, but
when it's going good, it's going bad. You're the one to go to through all of it. You know what I mean? 25 years.
Yeah, it's my responsibility.
Yeah, it's a lot, but it's sick, man. Proud of you. Crushing it.
Yeah, we'll be out on Warped Tour this year.
I know, it's so crazy.
Hopefully
2025.
you're coming to the Long Beach show.
Oh yeah, I'd love to be here for that. I want to play one of these, man.
Hang
It's
out.
so sick. I saw Kevin Lyman
I
online.
need Moon to come in my merch booth.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The queen of merch. She needs to come help me out.
OG of merch. I saw Lyman online. I had him a text because I saw him. He's dealing with the fire stuff too. He's like posting about it, keeping people in the mix about it.
Yeah, I mean, he lost a lot of homes on his street too.
Yeah, man.
You know, like we all know those in our circle who are the givers, right?
Yeah, for sure, man.
And
that's why we're connected, me and you.
Yeah, willing to show up.
Always, yeah.
That's it.
Thank you for showing up today.
For sure.
Thank you for showing up for 25 years and helping people and spreading awareness to the youth and all that stuff. And
yeah.
The controversial the booby bracelets.
I appreciate it.
I need to get one of those. I need a new one.
I know, I got one here for you.
All right, sick. Are those different ones? Those are cool.
These are like little minis.
Oh, I like minis, yeah.
And then these are candies.
The big ones are big. Do you still make the big ones too?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's crazy this came back.
It's amazing.
Are you still getting tattooed?
I got a big snake tattooed on my leg.
Sick.
Like a few years ago. So here and there, yeah.
Hurts when you get older. Yeah, it's different, right?
Hurts though, yeah.
I know when you get older, it's just like no patience for it.
Hurts, but I love it.
Yeah. Do you have any regretful tattoos or no?
Do I got what?
Tattoos you regret at all or no?
Do I have tattoos I regret? Not really. It's just life, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, but most of my tattoos are pretty and nice.
Yeah, you got nice tats.
Thoughtful.
I really saw how pink you are. You're always in pink. That's right.
I'm always wearing pink because I love pink. I mean, it is the color of Keep Abreast. And
you always loved it?
I always loved pink. And yeah, some people, my tattoos are like old school style. It's like I was in England not that long ago and someone was like, well, you have like old tattoos.
Traditional tats.
But I like that traditional style.
I know.
I always like that style.
The big thick. You have no tattoos on the other arm though, do you?
No, that's weird, right?
That's so wild. How do you live like that? Don't you feel uneven?
I know I need to. I do feel uneven.
So you have one whole arm and your hands. Is your other hand tattooed too? Yeah.
I have my hand tattoos, but I didn't just figure out what I wanted here yet. It hasn't come.
Yeah, maybe get it someday.
I'll get it.
Maybe not.
Maybe.
You have nothing on your back or nothing?
I have wings on my back.
Okay.
I have big angel wings.
Is that for like sobriety or no? No. Okay.
No, they're like
it's a sobriety thing too.
I had big angel wings and it was just like related to sobriety in a way. But when I was young, I had this like one of my boyfriends was killed. Like he was murdered.
What?
Gnarly. But he
what?
He died really young. We were really young.
How old were you guys?
I was like, how old was I? Like 19?
What? He died? He got killed in a car accident or something?
No, he's selling drugs.
What? Who are you? At the end of the podcast, you tell me this? Wait, Shaney Jo. So you were dating a drug dealer?
Yeah.
And he got killed by like a cartel or something?
No, it was like ecstasy. So I don't know, like if it was cartel or whatever. It was like in that rave.
So traumatic,
in the
dude.
rave scene, so traumatic.
Was it like the love of your life? Was it like?
I loved him so much. He was such a sweet guy. And there was like a time in my life where shit was like pretty dark, and I feel like he saved my life. So I got like those wings for him because in my life he was like an angel who saved my life.
What?
Yes, crazy.
Was he 19 too or no?
Yeah, we were young.
Holy shit.
So yeah, I got angel wings. I got a snake on my leg.
Now we're going back to this guy getting killed.
Hang on a second. I'm all trying to change the subject.
Hang on a second. So did they find out the killer is? Did you get justice for this guy or no?
I don't even know. Did
you stop? Were the parents in the mix? I don't know.
We lived together and we were like doing like,
Were you partying too then?
Yeah. I mean, it was like doing ecstasy all the time and like.
And he was selling it, yeah.
In the rave scene, he was selling it.
During this time.
During that time. Long ass time ago.
Wow, dude.
And so... Yeah, one of our other roommates,
Where were you when you got shot? Like, where was that moment?
Told me what happened. I think I was like leaving work or something. And I was close to his mom after it happened because it felt like he was confused and it felt like he couldn't pass. Like it felt like he was stuck in a place between being alive and being not alive for a long time.
What?
But yeah, even now, still sometimes like he'll show up in like the backseat of my car and like talking to me, like
Shane, this is crazy.
Like the people I can connect with, people and energies and spirits and things in other realms, and so but I loved him so much.
Oh my god,
he was the sweetest thing.
That's horrific. That's so like tragic for that age too.
Yeah.
Any age, but still.
Yeah, that was rough.
Did you believe it when you heard it? Like, did people? Did he know somebody was after him? Was just some random ass silly thing? Do you know?
I don't know.
Wow,
like
dude.
I never really
thought about it.
I didn't. It was just he was gone.
Did you go to the funeral?
It was sad, Yeah, they had like a little service for him, and that was sad.
How long were you guys together for?
Like shot, like right, like
point blank.
Point blank, yeah.
How long were you guys together for?
A couple years.
Yeah, it seems like a long time when you're that young.
Yeah, it was like 2 years, and we met each other because we both worked next door to each other in La Jolla. My aunt had like a little clothing boutique, and I worked in my aunt's store, and he worked in like the juice store next door. He made juice, and he always had like orange teeth because he was like always drinking like orange, like carrot juice,
Oh my God!
We met there. He worked in the juice store.
Dude, this is fucking crazy. Any other crazy things you'd tell me in your closet? That's fucking crazy. He got murdered, dude. Wow.
He got murdered. Yeah, that was rough.
That's fucking, that's crazy. You got the tattoo from him. That's beautiful, man.
Yeah, because I always felt like he was like watching over me, protecting me, keeping me safe through my life, because like I was on my own from young age, and, I wasn't always in like the safest, best situations, or wasn't always able to take care of myself. Like,
Damn, man, that's fucking wild, dude. You're a gangster ass woman. Oh my God. What did you know he was he a big? One more question. Was he like a big dealer? Like, was it he had lots of stuff at your house, lots of money?
Yeah.
Okay. So it was like he was a big time. Okay.
I mean, not big time back then.
But enough to be a threat to somebody or something.
There's like lots of drugs, lots of money, lots of pills, like
damn,
whatever.
Dude.
But like, I don't know. I never thought of ecstasy as like a drug.
Yeah.
But I was just so naive, I think, and just
totally
so young that I'm just like.
In the rave scene, it's a big deal.
What do you mean? Like, I'm having fun and I'm dancing all night long and I feel great and this is fun. And I never had, I know you talk about this with your guests a lot, but I never had like an addictive thing in me, you know? So I never had that thing of like, I needed it or I was addicted to it or any of those things. For me, it was just like fun.
Yeah, something fun to do.
I'm just having a good time.
Yeah, however long it lasts, it lasts. Yeah.
Yeah. And I could not do it or do it.
Did you stop doing it after you passed? Did you leave that scene?
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. And it was sort of at the end of that whole like
era of
early, raving life.
Did you dress like a raver too? There's gotta be some photos.
I mean,
you made your own clothes, I know, but
I made my own clothes and I like loved making costumes,
okay.
Like all kinds of like fur, like little mini skirts and like silver, fringy things.
Damn, dude.
And hats, big fuzzy hats and, stuff like that. Just fun,
dude.
Crazy clothes.
Dude. I just learned so much about you in like the last 5 minutes of this freaking episode, man. What a fucking life.
Yeah.
You probably got some more dark shit, but you keep it to yourself. It's all good.
Yeah. I mean, this is one of those.
You shoot guns?
They say wait till the end.
You shoot guns?
I've only shot a gun once.
I've never shot a gun, yeah.
I shot a gun once, like a rifle, like an old
You seem like
rifle.
somebody has guns and like rifles and shit, yeah.
I would like to have a gun at my house.
You should.
For safety,
I'll support that out there.
Yeah. My dad keeps wanting to like take me to the shooting range.
You should do it.
Give me a gun and stuff. And I'm cool with that.
That's your papa,
like.
Man.
My mom had a gun in her, like my mom's husband died last year and he had like all these guns in the house. And my mom was like, let's keep the guns and I want to learn them all. Dude, you're a 78-year-old lady. You are not learning how to shoot a gun.
No.
We are getting rid of these guns right now. And that's in Arizona. So you don't have to like do anything. You could just like give away the gun.
Yeah.
I was like, no, Mom, no.
Wow.
You're like a little old lady that plays pickleball. Like you're not shooting a gun. Sorry.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, I never shot a gun. My wife has a gun. She shoots guns. Max has shot a gun before. I've never touched a gun, held a gun, never done it. I might do it soon. I might try. I heard it's like, I don't know. I have no interest. I don't know.
Yeah. When Keep Abreast was in downtown LA, we were in the arts district. There's like a gun range down there.
Yeah.
And a lot of my crew was always like shooting, but I was like, I don't want to do that. That's like,
I know. It seems very scary and violent and weird to me, but I know maybe if you have protection, that'd be good.
I think for safety, it'd be good.
And if your dad wants to like take his daughter out, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Your dad's still on this earth and he wants to take you somewhere and teach you shooting. It's beautiful. You got to do it.
Yeah. He's texting me now. He just said he got like Creedence Clearwater tickets. He's like, let's go.
That's dope. That's cool.
He's always still buying tickets to shows. And like,
how old is he?
We're still going to see shows. He's like 80.
That's
almost
amazing.
80 or just turned 80. I think he just turned 80.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Good papa.
Yeah. I love my dad.
Yeah, man. Well, fuck, Shaney. I hope you didn't tell me some other things off the podcast. I'd be so bummed about some other weird shit you've been involved in. Fucking
I don't know.
Kidnappings and fucking crossing the state line with fucking shit in your trunk. Holy shit.
Yeah, no kidnappings. We're all good.
Okay.
We're all good there. But yeah, I've been through some traumatic stuff with murders and friends committing suicide, all those kind of things, which we've all been through that.
Yeah.
You know, and that's real sad. I never have not wanted to be alive.
Yeah, you never want. Yeah, same.
I've never not wanted to be alive.
Same, me
I'm
too.
so grateful that, I don't know, something inside of me, I'm just like, I have that like stoked gene.
Me too. Yeah, even if things are weird or dark, I would never I can't think about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love life too much. I want to be here too long and forever. It sucks when you get this old. You're like, damn, I can kind of see the ending now. It's like so fucking morbid. It sucks. Because I love being in the 50s. I love this shit, dude.
I love it. And I'm just like, dude, do I have 25 years left?
That's what I'm saying. You start trying to add up like what age you think you're going to go to.
Yeah.
It's fucked up, dude.
I still have so much to do.
And it's not fair we're not here forever. It sucks, dude.
I know. And it's not fair that we're like smart only now.
Yeah, I just love now.
I mean, I've been smart a lot of my life, but now I feel like I'm smart. It's just like, I want to have, I'm glad that I have this wisdom of, being an older woman now I'm like, shit, I only have so much more longer to like use this wisdom.
I know.
So,
I just love, I want to be here.
Gotta make the best of it.
I want to watch my son have grandkids. It's going to happen, but just be here as long as possible. You know what I mean?
So cute.
And is there an afterlife? Am I going somewhere? Is there... I don't know what happens. It's interesting. All that shit's so crazy to me. Like, I believe there's something out there spiritual watching over us, or Mother Nature during the pandemic, all that shit. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I believe we come back. I've definitely, I've lived a lot of different lifetimes.
Yeah. I'm hearing things now about you. Yeah, you're crazy. But I'm just saying, though, I definitely believe in afterlife, something where we can be here spiritually and watch over the people we love, I hope. I feel like my dad's watched over me a bunch during my life.
Yeah.
And you feel like your ex-man who passed away has watched over you too. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, you talk to them. There's still parts of your
life. But it's like, when we die, we just shut off and it just goes black. That's what's fucking me up thinking about sometimes.
I mean, this is just our body. It's just like this, but our soul is eternal.
That's what I'm saying, though. It's just like I wonder if like we're like our conscience, like we shut off and then that we can still think. I don't know. It's so weird and fucking. That's a whole other podcast of morbid shit. But like,
yeah, I mean,
it's just you're in the dirt and that's it, and then your spirit can see down and can watch my wife and my son. I don't know. It's just
your consciousness, your spirit, your energy.
But our point is that we're in our 50s. Like, how long are we going to go? We're going to 80s, hopefully?
I know.
I'm trying to go to my 80s or 90s, dude.
Hopefully. I'm trying to work real hard.
That's where I have to stay in shape, dude. All that
still
shit.
Keep working. Build this wellness center. Like, support survivors in a new way.
Help people.
And then eventually, like, just, retire and, like, teach people breath work and yoga.
When you retire,
I'm going to be that, like, old lady yoga teacher. That's what I'm going for.
You're going to retire at 60?
No, definitely not.
Later?
65 maybe.
Okay.
Because I'm 52. Like, I can't do everything I need to do in 8 years.
Oh, yeah.
I still got to keep.
There's a lot more to do.
There's a lot more to do.
I know. It's just, I don't know, man.
Places to go, people to love, all the things.
I know. I just saw this video, man. You seen the Coldplay video with Van Dyke? What's his name? Dick Van Dyke?
No.
And it's a video. It's called All My Love, and it's a video shot at his house, and he has a dance floor in his backyard. He's dancing, and they're showing all the videos of his whole career.
Wow.
And he turned 99 when the video dropped. He's got a full head of hair. He's got a fucking full grandchildren.
Oh,
and the song is so beautiful. I have to show the video, and he's just dancing with his wife in there, and he's like so alive. He works out still. He's 99.
I love
That's the shit I want to do. But I want to be able to have like my brain working too. I don't want to be like a weird. Yeah. That's the thing.
We want to have our brain working. We want to still be able to like do what we need to do.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
But I want to be here as long as I can. That's why I'm trying to stay young, healthy, and fucking take care of myself my whole life. I'm trying, dude,
Yeah. You took me to Coldplay one time. That was fun.
That's right. Was that in Vegas?
Yeah.
Dude, it was amazing, right?
It was a good show.
Dude, I fucking love them. We have to go see them again. They're coming back soon, I think.
Let's go.
So posy.
We're reunited.
Yeah.
All right. Love you.
Love you too. Thank you for being here. This is awesome. Shaney Jo, keep abreast. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
Bye. Gotta give a big shout out to Liquid Death. I've been in a band called H2O for 30 years. And my first real job with a company is a water brand. Go figure. Love you, Liquid Death. Love the people. Love the brand. Love the concept. Love what they give back. Love the community. Love what they do for the environment. You can go liquiddeath.com/OLLC and get free shipping on any of their merchandise that they make. They have such incredible collabs. Also, if you want to hear the story of the CEO, my good friend Mike Cesario, on on the podcast, you can go to episode 115, part 1. And then 2 years later, we dropped a part 2, which is episode 275 with the CEO, Mike Cesario. Just a man from Delaware with a dream, worked at a marketing company and made this become a reality. Liquid Death is an incredible company, incredible water, incredible people. And I'm super, super honored to be part of them. They sponsor my life. They sponsor everything, my family. So go liquiddeath.com/OLLC and get free shipping on anything you want to buy on that site. If you want to get water, it's exclusively on Amazon.com. Murder your thirst, y'all. I always ask my guests if they have any regrets. I personally don't have any regrets. Even when it comes to my tattoos, I have the silliest tattoos. Even my ET on my leg, it's still a childhood memory for me, and I love it. I've had tattoos on top of tattoos strictly because I wanted more tattoos. I started getting tattoos when I was 18. I'm 52 now, and I can't stop. I've had laser treatment before on something on my arm. It's 4 tattoos on top of each other. And that experience at that place was pretty fast. It was pretty cold. It was in and out, swipe the credit card. Don't really tell me much, didn't give me much details of anything was going to happen. So I never went back. So as of most recently, I'm so lucky enough to have had 2 sessions at Removery Tattoo Removal. My tattoo on my arm that looks like a big black blob is now super light. I've had 2 sessions. I have a long road ahead of me. None of this stuff happens overnight. You cannot take a tattoo up in one sitting. You have to be patient. And it's painful. They ice you up. It's super fast. To me, it felt like a bunch of rubber bands. But what's more painful than that is looking at something on your body that you think you're stuck with for the rest of your life. That sucks. But now for me, I'm really happy I started this journey. I'm slowly going to get this tattoo removed. I never thought in a million years I have any kind of real estate on my arm. I don't even know what I want, but it's exciting. I'm so honored to announce that One Life, One Chance podcast is now with Removery. Call 866-934-4570 or go to removery.com. Use TobyH20 and get $100 off your first session. One of the most experienced tattoo removal companies in the world. Removery has 155 locations and 1.8 million treatments. US, Canada, and Australia. State-of-the-art peak-away laser technology, cryo-technology to reduce any discomfort. This is so exciting for me because all I do in these podcasts is talk about tattoos. From day one, if you've been listening to this podcast, we talk about tattoos, talk about getting removed, talk about getting covered up. So this is such a perfect fit for me. Definitely check out One Life, One Chance podcast, episode 281. I have Carmen Brody, Mike McTurnan, and Dustin Ortle from Removery. And this is over a 2-hour conversation. People had submitted questions. It's an incredible conversation breaking down the do's, the don'ts, the fears, process, the results, everything you could imagine about getting a tattoo removed. It's all in this podcast. It's an incredible episode. I appreciate them all coming out for it. So check that out if you want to learn more about Removery and what it's like to get a tattoo removed. Once again, go to removery.com or call 866-934-4570. Use my code TobyH20 and get $100 off. These guys are located everywhere. Try it out. I have a lot of friends who are sober, a lot of friends who are straight edge, a lot of my friends who are going through it. I know struggling with substance abuse and alcoholism can be really, really hard, especially knowing who to turn to. It can be really, really daunting. I'm here to say that a good friend of mine and his friend started this incredible treatment center called Refine Recovery. He gave me a phone number, 855-516-3332. You can text, you can call them. It's totally confidential. It's safe. There'll be somebody on the other line to help you out, a compassionate human being to talk to. They help you navigate the process, the insurance treatments. They accept most of private insurances. You can go refinerecovery.com, Refine Recovery Instagram. I know it's hard, but reach out to somebody, man. People care about you. People love you. People want you to be here for a long time. People love you in their lives. If you're going through it, make this phone call. It's totally private. I know people DM me all the time about going through it and going through sobriety and trying to get straight and trying to take care of themselves, and the struggle is totally real. And Refine Recovery is the definitely move. Reach out to them, 855-516-3332, or text them, 855-516-3332. You can call or text this number anytime, 855-516-3332. You know the drill. This number is here for you to call.